All right, guys. So we finally got an updated mic. I think these are, yeah, we should be good right now. Let me play the music. We are back today. Today we got core durable good orders building permit data at 8 and 8:30, and then we got CB consumer confidence a little bit later afterwards. We got new home sales, the Case Shiller index. So we got a string of economic data today. None of it is like huge data or anything like that, but we do have some economic data. I'm using a new keyboard here. Bitcoin, guys, almost up to 31K. SPY dropping a little bit yesterday. You can see the dips in the market yesterday. We're at 432.40s right now in the SPY, and yeah, we'll see if we get anything better. Carol gave me a haircut yesterday, guys. So give me what's your score for Carol's haircut yesterday? 1 to 10. Carol cut my hair yesterday. Let me know how you think it is. Let me know how this mic is. I know it's not going to be as like clear as the mic I have at home, but it should be better than the mic I had yesterday. So let me know if it works well. What's up, Big T? But it still should be pretty good mic, I think. Let me fix this. Share this so you guys can get it. And there we go. Let's get some music playing. Now I bought a new keyboard. The cheapest keyboard they had was like this freaking like gamer, like pink green keyboard. What's up, Ricky? Market was mixed yesterday. We had a lot of stuff down. What's up, DS? I am going to put this stuff up. There we go. Hide this one and update it. Ready to sip my coffee. I haven't had coffee yet. How are you? What do you think of Disney? I think Disney is on its comeback. I mean, I don't know. I might be wrong though. It's at almost $90, $89. It's green yesterday. I think it's one you gotta just wait for. Hey, what's up, Pawn? I miss my real computer though. This is my real computer. Like yesterday on my laptop, I just don't feel at home. This one I like. It's kind of rainy here in Houston or in Michigan. I mean, that's never true. Just because something's at the lows doesn't necessarily mean it has to go up. I think it could go up. It might go up, but it might not too. I mean, again, it might take years to rebound. Raphael, I don't know what it's going to do, man. You know? Oh, I'm liking the Eastern time zone. I mean, right now in Texas, it's like 5:50. But Michigan, it is 6:50 right now. So it's nice to get technically an hour later, but it doesn't really mean much because I haven't really adjusted to this time frame anyway. You know what I mean? I'm still sitting here just waiting to drink my coffee. Let me check the new. I think I have a Wall Street Journal subscription. Let me check, see what news they're talking about. How about I'll say this? How about LSU Tigers yesterday, guys? They tried to beat us. We didn't even have to use Skeens yesterday. Our lineup was just good enough to not even need to use the ace pitcher, bro. How about LSU winning the College World Series? Shout out to LSU. Honestly, that is basketball, women's basketball, and men's baseball this year. LSU won the championships. So shout out to LSU. And how about that College World Series game, man? I forced my kids to watch it. Yeah, I mean, I think there could be an argument for extension on Disney, but I think it needs patience. The only thing, Raphael, was like a lot of the time, every red day, you're like, oh, what have I done? And it's like, again, 100% up to you whether you want to hold Disney or not, man. For me, I'm just going to sit and try to be as patient as I can with this. So I'm just going to sit tight and try to be as patient as I can. Let me see, make sure it'll let me transfer. Bro, Capital One is freaking crappy as a bank. Never use Capital One, dude. They freaking suck. Capital One freaking sucks. They just do. They are absolutely terrible at what they do. Never use Capital One. Honestly, so I'm trying to deposit all my money to Moomoo, right? So I'm trying to switch all my money to Moomoo. So I'm trying to switch out, what I'm actually trying to do is I'm trying to put about 25K in TD Ameritrade and about 25K in, about 27K in each. So I'm trying to put like 27,000 in about each, right? And so I withdrew, about 23,000 or so, so that I could stick it into Moomoo. And Capital One basically said, oh, did you just get a new phone? And I was like, yeah, but the number's the same. And they were like, oh, well, sometimes our system glitches out. You're just going to have to wait for it to work, when we don't know. Sometimes it takes weeks. And it's like, dude, so you're telling me that $23,000 is stuck in my account and I can't do anything about it? And they were like, yeah. It's like, what, dude? It'd be one thing if they gave you like a notice, like, hey, if you send money here, it's going to be freaking stuck, but they don't even send you a notice. And then when I call them and I'm like, hey, what's going on? They're like, they basically telling me it's a glitch, And so Capital One sucks. Do not ever use them. They are terrible, horrible, just not good at all. Don't ever use them. No, dude, Capital One sucks, man. They are absolutely terrible. In terms of transferring money around, they are terrible. I have multiple banks. I have 3 different banks that I use. I'm not going to be specific. And Capital One is easily the least like up to par. Like their standard is worse. Harder to transfer money, harder to do everything, more software bugs and glitches, just weirder. Will this affect Bitcoin? Well, what affect Bitcoin? Oh my gosh, dude.
think they made the transfer, dude. Please tell me they made the transfer. If they made the transfer, then I can probably do it today.
Sorry, I'm kind of doing my banking stuff here since it's early in the morning. But yeah, the SPY gap it up a little bit. I'm ready to transfer to Moo, to be honest. Like I'm ready to trade early right now. Okay. Wait a minute. My money's not in either account. What? All right, well, I sent the money, but it's just not showing up. Well, at least it's gone out of Capital One. No, I just gotta wait. I don't know if Joe's being I don't know if Joe's being sarcastic. I mean, if they're a bank and they are bad at transferring money, they're bad. You know, that's just the truth. They can be good at everything else. If you can't transfer money easily between them, then like business people aren't going to want to use them. You know. Honestly, I wish Zelle didn't have so many freaking restrictions on it, like the amount of money that you could send through Zelle too, because Zelle's the easiest thing. I could transfer money very easily. That's what I most of the time do, but for large transfers, I gotta do this nonsense, but it's all good. But yeah, so again, you can kind of see Disney up to 89s right now, 89s. We got the SPY gapping up a little bit today. Tesla bounced back after pretty big drops, but Tesla's all the way down at 244s here. Let me check Moomoo to see if we got any like news to justify these drops. Tesla reiterated its best pick for 23 at Baird, but sentiment negative as Q2 earnings loom. Tesla was reiterated as a buy at Baird and named the best pick of the year. They were also granted a patent for electronically controlled seat system with tilt and slide mode, and also another patent for the method of an electric unit having a gear shaft and rotor shaft with 3 bearings. So 2 different patents, and they also were reiterated at Baird as a buy and named best pick of the year for Tesla. But they're down pretty, big from yesterday, but it looks like they're bouncing back today on that catalyst. And so we'll see what happens moving forward here, but that's what they're looking at right now. All right, guys. Dude, I don't have any of this stuff, man. That's such a pain in the butt. Hey, what's up, TF? All right.
Here's my PayPal account too. I gotta log into that as well, man. So Carol cut my hair, guys. What do y'all think about Carol's haircut right now? So this was Carol. Carol cut my hair. Honestly, the last time I came out to Michigan, the guy gave me a bowl cut, right? He gave my son a bowl cut too. And so this time, Carol cut my hair during the pandemic, you know? And so this time I was just kind of like, look, man, I'll buy some clippers. Carol, can you cut my hair? And she was like, yeah. And it's not that bad, honestly. For Carol cutting hair, it's not that bad. Is it great? No. It'll do for the next 2 weeks while I'm out here, though. Definitely top 3 haircuts in the world right now, for sure. Definitely top 3, but, you know. Definitely top 3. Spy pull it back a little bit today. We'll see if we get anything good. And PayPal has its uses. It's just so expensive to transfer. Honestly, I thought about just sending myself crypto. Dude, where is my money, bro? Okay. Did they send it to the wrong account or something? Withdrawals. What does cents mean? Funds are on their way to the PayPal account. Okay, well, at least they're going there. Bro, PayPal is okay. Honestly, I use PayPal too, dude. You can ask Pawn. You can ask all the I use PayPal specifically because it's a good bookkeeping service. Like, I can send all my contractors and anybody that works for me money through PayPal, and then at the end of the year I can download that everything and read it, figure out who I paid, write that stuff off, and go on with my business. PayPal is very useful in that regard, but crypto might render it obsolete is the big problem, like, moving forward, because, you know, FedNow's coming, crypto's coming. It's just a lot that could be vulnerable for PayPal. You know what I mean? Yesterday's news, if anyone likes this sort of thing and tracking, Innovative Eyewear announces closing 4.7 million offering. What's the symbol? Hey, what's up, Raz? Wise Bank is great. Their default account gives you 1 in US. Yeah, but where is Wise located? It's in the UK, bro. I don't want a UK bank. No offense, dude. Like, that's going to be a pain in the butt to transfer anything. Like, I need a US bank, to be honest. I need a bank where if I really have issues, I can drive down to them and complain. You know, that's what I need. But all right, so I sent this money as a transfer. Hopefully it doesn't take 3 days for me to get this. Like, I've already put 25K in this specific account. Yeah, so I've got enough to where tomorrow I'll be able to day trade again on TOS. I just got to wait for the money to settle for Moomoo. And that would have been a good deal a long time ago, CT. All right, but yeah, guys, so today we do have some stuff, man. So right now it's 7:12. in less than an hour, we got in less than an hour, we got building permit data. Building permits are expected to show at 1.491 million. 1.491 million. If you don't know what building permits are, building permits measure the change in the number of new building permits issued by the government. They're a key indicator of housing starts. Stronger than forecast is generally supportive of the dollar and weaker for markets. And so higher is worse for inflation. But better for real estate and stuff like that. And so again, building permits at 1.491 expected. Last time it came in at 1.417, so they're expecting a little bit of a higher reading relative to the previous release. Building permits month-over-month data is expected at 5.2%. We also have at 8:30 core durable good orders. If you don't know what this is, they measure the change in the total view of new orders for long-lasting manufactured goods, excluding transportation. Aircraft orders are very volatile and take a number of months to fill. Core number gives a better gauge of ordering trends, and a higher reading indicates higher manufacturing activity. That drops at 8:30 in about an hour and 15 minutes. And so we do have a bunch of stuff dropping today. It's a bunch of little stuff, but I think added up, it might give us some volatility. And then later on, we got CB consumer confidence, which is pretty big. We got new home sales. We've got the Case-Shiller, the S&P Case-Shiller deposit index coming out today, house price index coming out today. So housing data coming out for the most part today. And then tomorrow we get Big Papa Jerome Powell speaking at 9:30, I believe. Yeah, Powell speaking at 9:30 tomorrow. Tomorrow we also have nothing. Okay, so tomorrow's basically Big Papa Powell's the big news. The stream's staying pretty solid here, though. The internet works. Snowflake unites with Nvda to aid organizational creating AI models with own data. Hey, that's good, man. So I do think I lost a little bit on Top Step yesterday. Oh, nice, dude. It'll just keep up my own little things. Cool. Oh, wow, we're getting some late alerts, but that's okay. A bit quiet there on the NASDAQ lately. Bro, I am telling you, man. There are some good stuff that you can get. NASDAQ E-mini. I'm going to short a little bit here on the NASDAQ, guys, I think. Lost a little bit yesterday, but it wasn't like bad, you know. Get Quant Tower out, get ready. I'm going to short a little bit. Let me fix this. Buy ask, buy bid. Oh, I can't trade. Okay, sell bid, sell ask. TIF, get reverse and flatten out there, as well as cancel. I don't ever need to cancel my orders. Get quantity, auto send off, and that should be the works. We'll go ahead and short 25 shares. Wait. Oh, no, I can't, dude. My account doesn't have 25K in it because of this transfer. Ah, man. All right, I'm going to have to trade futures, I guess. That sucks, dude. Honestly, like, I just got to transfer the money out today. Like, my margin account will be back tomorrow. It just kind of sucks. MNQU3 is the symbol for the NASDAQ. There it is. All right, so we're going to get in 3 contracts of the regular, or no, the micro NASDAQ is what we are in right now. We're in the MNQU3. We're shorting the NASDAQ. See the SPY on the right side here. We'll give this a little bit of time. Try to be patient here. SPY starting to break down. I might add one more. All right, so there we're in 4 contracts of the regular micro NASDAQ. Never heard of them, CT. It's not that I want to short the market. I'm just basing it off of different alert systems that I have. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Took half of that off right there. Going to take a little bit more off right there too. So not bad. A little 20, 30 bucks in about 5 minutes. Again, I'm basing off of different alert systems. I'm using a company called Chart Prime, which is a trading view indicator service that you can use in stocks, crypto, Forex, futures. I'm using them currently. And, again, 34 bucks a month. It's like 34 bucks. If you use my link at checkout, you get it for like 34 bucks a month. It's on TradingView. It gives you reversal signals, which you just gave me a couple minutes ago. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest there. And it'll show me short-term reversals. It'll show me flag patterns, triangles. It'll show me candlestick patterns. And I like finding like reversal signals and candlestick patterns showing up. It'll show me smart money concepts. It'll show me oscillators. They have like a better version of the VWAP. There's just a ton of different indicators that you could use on there. And it's very cheap too. I mean, I'm biased, of course, because like they're a sponsor of mine and they pay me money. But like you can kind of see the strategy work right here. Like again, I got in, I saw the alert, I took the position, I wrote it down. It's not going to work every time. I'm not going to ever claim it's going to work every time, but yeah, they're pretty cool. Disney back up a little bit today too. I should have stayed on that short as well here, but look at the market breakdown. Yeah, if you want to check it out, link is in the description as well as in the chat right now. Honestly, what I'm really excited for is Moo, man. So like this week, today's the last slow day. The rest of the week's very busy. Tomorrow with Powell, Thursday with jobless claims, GDP, pending home sales. Tomorrow, that's probably one of the biggest days. It's Thursday. Tomorrow is Jerome Powell, which is big, and then Thursday is probably the Jerome Powell will probably be the biggest day tomorrow, followed by Thursday, which is the biggest economic release day, followed by Friday, where we have European CPI, as well as the PCE deflator, which is, again, if you don't know, what the Fed loves to look at in terms of inflation, what the Fed likes to use to gauge inflation is called the Personal Consumption Expenditure Index, right? It's called the PCE. Now, core PCE is much more relevant than base PCE. Core PCE measures, the price of the changes in the price of goods and services purchased by consumers, specifically for the purpose of consumption, excluding food and energy. And so they say the core number is a much more realistic and accurate number in regards to inflation. And that drops on Friday. So Friday, the PCE index drops, and we're going to cover it. It drops at 8:30. Again, thousands of people tune in because we cover this data quickly. And so again, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and be here Friday and Thursday, because Thursday we have GDP jobless claims, which are also a pretty big release. GDP data in the wake of all these people saying we're in a recession currently and worrying about a recession while also kind of simultaneously worrying about inflation. All of these things are going to be relevant for all that stuff because, what GDP shows, what PCE data shows in terms of inflation, again, is all very important stuff, very important stuff. So on Top Step, Sam, you get premium features. Like typically, if you didn't have Top Step, you wouldn't be able to use Quant Tower, all of Quant Tower stuff. You could use it, but you're not going to be able to get all that stuff. If you sign up through Top Step, you get that stuff included. Kind of like that last song. That last song was kind of dope, man. I like it. Hey, what's up, Stans? Hey, we got 200 people here again. Y'all hit the like button if you haven't already. We're going to go ahead and do a poll since we haven't done one yet. Today's economic data help or hurt the market? Help, hurt? I don't know. All right. Today's economic data help or hurt the market? Vote on that poll. I feel like the only good reading for those is flat, no recession, then inflation, and vice versa. Maybe, but remember, it's all based off of expectational numbers, not necessarily conventional numbers, right? Like I think right now the market doesn't want a recession, and so I think economic growth is not necessary in the wake of GDP and PCE. I think I think high GDP and low PCE would both be considered good. But again, it varies. Like we don't know. Yeah, for sure, it's a good deal. Hey, what's up, Rich? Man, what a nice little breakdown we called on chart prime indicators. We're also green on Tesla a little bit today too. We might get another short here if we can. So we are green today so far. SPY bouncing up a little bit. Disney's still struggling here. We can also look at like Nvda to see where they're going. What other big earnings do we have, man? I haven't even looked at earnings the last few days. All right, so when is Micron earnings? Micron earnings are tomorrow. Tomorrow we got General Mills, Boardwalk. We got BlackBerry and Micron earnings tomorrow. So tomorrow we got those. All right, so again, I did take another little short here on the micro NASDAQ. We're green a little bit at this point in time. I'd love to give it a little bit more time to break down if we can. Again, I got another alert here. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a little bit more off. We got 2 contracts. We just took off half of the position already. So we are up over 30 now. Not bad for cushion building this early in the morning. Disney's nicely green, basically at $89 today too. But man, how about LSU Tigers, dude? Just a great baseball team. Skeens is going to go #1, I think, in the draft. We went ahead and cut that, but we took our money from it. We might just short in the bounce too, but I think I'm just going to chill now. But not a bad little cushion. We did lose yesterday, though. So again, I'm not afraid to admit we lost yesterday. It is much nicer here. It's cooler. All right. Yeah. So we are getting a little bit of pull down here. All right, guys. So we are getting a little bit of a breakdown, man. Disney is up 2. That's good. Oh yeah, man. The Tigers did that, man. They did that. Honestly, man, I was nervous too because if you guys didn't see, so like LSU was a 3-game series for LSU. So it was a 3-game series. So LSU won the first game. You know, the second game came along, and our pitchers were out. Like all our good pitchers were out. And like our offense just struggled to keep it, and we ended up losing. LSU ended up losing the second game in the series. It was like 24-4 or something crazy. Like we lost by like 10 or 20 points, which is a crazy high score for a baseball game. And so then after that game, I was super nervous because it was a 3-game series, right? So at that point, it was 1-1. So whoever won yesterday's game won the World Series. And LSU came, man. They came to play. They beat them by like 15. The final score was like 18-4 or something yesterday. So, and we didn't even have to use the ace pitcher Skeens, who's going to go number 1 probably. Dude freaking throws heat, man. That dude throws like 103. People know he's going to throw the fastball too. Like they know he's going to throw the heater, and like he just throws it anyway, and they can't hit it. It's too fast, man. It's like 103 for college. 103 is very difficult for them to hit. Very difficult. And there's a lot of people that are going to go really high in the draft on both teams, especially LSU, but both teams for sure. I kind of like the 3 micro, and yeah, I like the size there too. I like the size. So yeah, we're up like 30 something on the day now. Not bad. Getting the alerts that we set for ourselves. All right, guys. The spies break it down, man. I should have stayed in that NQ short. It would have worked beautifully. Yeah, let me pull Discord up, Pawn. I haven't even pulled that up yet, brother. Hold on, man. I do. I'm glad I got my real computer back. There we go. What? John the Tyrannical. Oh, no. It's like I have passwords in my head that I just know. I know they're the passwords. Somehow I just kind of get it. They're good passwords too, but all right, so I'm back. Yeah, save the regular E-mini for A++ setups for sure. Again, I want you guys to understand, like 5-minute patterns are going to be much more powerful a lot of the time too. Like I've been using 5-minute patterns a lot more, and I've just had much better results here. Like if you look at my actual, like for whatever reason, okay, there it goes. So it finally showed up, dude. I've been struggling to get it to like show. So I've been struggling to get this to show this month, but I finally for whatever reason, I was on my laptop and it just wasn't showing up. But like, here's my trading view, or here's my Top Step stats so far for this month. So we're doing pretty good this month. Currently, we're up about $3,300. Our win-loss ratio is about 2.5 to 1. So we're winning pretty high there in terms of accuracy rates. We've made a total profit this month of June of about $3,283. And so we're doing pretty good. Our drawdown throughout all these whole games, which is really nice. This is one of my favorite things, is that the drawdown is only about $550 out of $3,300. So basically, we made $3,300 without getting close to losing any, without losing over $600 throughout the period of time, with a win-loss ratio of almost 3-1. So we've done pretty well here. We're going to keep pushing. Now that we have that nice little cushion, we're going to see if we can scale and keep pushing. No, my passwords definitely aren't the same. All right, guys. So remember, 8 a.m. for building permit, durable good orders. Building permits drop at 8 a.m., guys. That's the big one. Like, my big thing is, like, I made this big transfer. I want to make sure my 23,000 is going to stay. All right, Disney's doing okay today too here. I'm just trying to be patient and wait. All right, guys, Tesla under the VWAP. Nvidia is starting to bounce back a little bit as well, but Nvidia has had a pretty large dip. It's still over 400 though, and I think that's like the big thing that it wants to, stay, is over 400. Yeah, so durable good orders dropping. Again, we do have durable good orders. We also have core durable good orders, building permits dropping at 8 a.m. So durable goods drop at 8:30, which is in like an hour. Building permits drop in like 25 minutes. We got a gang of stuff, an array of stuff to take today. Again, 23 minutes before building permit data. Core durable good orders in about an hour. Case-Shiller home price index at about 9 a.m. CB consumer confidence at 10 a.m. New home sales at 10 a.m. So a lot of stuff coming out today. What other big news do we have dropping here? I'm looking at like some stories here. So Yellen said that more bank mergers are likely this year. She said she doesn't see a huge threat, but comments show regulators bracing for turbulence. So Yellen said more banks will probably seek to merge this year as higher interest rates and banking turmoil are making it more expensive to hang on to depositors. Smaller banks have said they're paying more on savings account after the Fed began raising rates last year. Yellen said the trend continued in March. The trend continued following the collapses of Silicon Valley and Signature in March. Again, I told Carol this too. I was ranting and raving about Capital One yesterday to Carol, and Carol was like, "Hey, why don't you switch to like a regional bank?" And I was like, "No." And she was like, "Well, why not?" And I had to explain to her. I was like, "Look, man, I have watched regional banking problems happen this year. Like, there is no way I'm putting any significant amount of money in a small regional bank. I'm going with one of the big four. I'm going with Citi. I'm going to go with one of the big four. I'm not going to go to some small regional bank. Again, I watched from the forefront Signature and Silicon Valley Bank struggle, you know, to the point where, like, for me, if they're questioning whether they're going to have money to pay depositors, I'm not trying to join you guys, man. You know? Do you think we're near the end of this correction we've seen over the past week plus? I don't know. I don't think we've necessarily, like, had too big of, you know, a correction, but I guess we are seeing a little bit of one. You know, the SPY is down. If we look at a 30-minute chart, you can kind of see over a 10-day period. The SPY is still green, actually, but it's certainly been a little bit more turbulent of a breakdown lately. We are hitting support. Yeah. But again, we got this little trend here. The question is, do we continue this trend? If we remove all these lines right here, you can kind of see we've been in this downward trend on the SPY for like a minute now. For like what? Let's see. Let me see if I can get the same angle here. You can kind of see it. I'll activate it and pull it back a little bit. But again, you can kind of see the trend that we're currently in here. Like, that's the trend. That's a badly drawn trend. I think we could probably make it a little bit better. Hold on, let me see. I think this is the better trend that we're seeing right now. It's a little bit messed up. Let me fix this, but I think the trend that we've mostly been in is this over the last few days. Let me fix this. But I think the trend that we're mostly seeing right now is that right there. I think this is the trend that we've seen over the last week. And so the question is, do we break out of that trend? I think we can watch it pretty accurately. I think we also need to look at it like this, actually, where we get a little bit more wedge action there. But yeah, but there's the trend. Is Tesla worth buying the dips? Here's the thing with Tesla. I think there's a lot of arguments for buying the dips in Tesla. I really do. I think there's some good arguments for buying the dips. Like, what you have to understand, though, about Tesla is that if you do buy dips, you need to understand a couple things. The main one is that buying dips can be risky here. It's not like it's a guaranteed W. You know, I think you'll make money if you buy the dips currently, but I also think that it might take a while too. I think it's possible that it takes a while. I'm not saying it's a for sure thing, but what I'm saying is that, you know, again, if you look at Tesla's longer term chart, I think you really have to look at it objectively and understand, like, Tesla was down at $100 in January, right? Tesla has gone from $100 in January all the way up to basically 270s, 280s. It's at 240s right now. And so there's a big argument on the upside for sure, but there's also a chance that it corrects all the way down to 150 to 200. You know, that's possible as well. It's not like it's going to happen for sure, but I think that's certainly possible, and I think it's something that you need to pay attention to and be weary of. Now, I think if you hold on to it long enough, you're still going to make money most likely, but I'm not 100% sure, and don't copy me. I'm not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. I might be wildly wrong, and Tesla might just crash. But I think it's probabilities, I think it's probably pretty solid. But I think it's a longer term play. So I think if you do buy dips currently, you got to just kind of chill and wait. You got to just wait and see if it comes back. But I think eventually it will. But again, I'm not sure. If so, then you buy more on that dip. Yeah, I mean, that's viable. All right, Disney slowing down a little bit. Get Nvda up there. Tesla trying. Finally dipping down a little bit now too. Tesla heading up long term. Their company fundamentals are like no other company. Yeah, I mean, I agree they're going to go up long term. I'm talking about short term, though. Short term is where their vulnerabilities are. I think Tesla is very volatile. But again, I think there's probably a pretty good little dip you could probably get involved with here. But again, I might be wrong. Not 100% sure. Don't know for sure. Again, just kind of purely speculating here. Can y'all hear the music? Y'all can hear the music, right? Let's see if we get a flush breakdown. I'm being patient here, waiting. Twos are fine, good. Music is good, nice. Yeah, all over the place short term for sure. And that's all right, you know, that's okay. You got to just be patient. Yeah, for sure. There's always a little bit of give for Tesla. And again, that again for me, I'm not a political guy. I'm not really into politics like that. Like I don't get super wrapped up in political stuff like a lot of people do. All right, so I am scalping a little bit more here. We got 4 contracts of the micro NASDAQ. Again, we're going to take another 2 off, lock that in. Nice, we're up about 50 something on the day now. We got 2 contracts left. The argument is, do I add to this like this? I think so. 3 contracts. There we go. Nice. Go ahead and take that off there. Lock that in too. Yeah, so we are up over 50 currently on the day. And we got 2 contracts left. We could always get out flat if this one turns on us too much. Well. All right, so we're out. We are up a nice little 40 something on the day now. I'll take that. Yeah, I see Ride filing for bankruptcy. Whew. And I mean, I've been telling people, bro, like, dude, you know, like your intuition grows the more you pay attention to the market. Like it really does, right? Like I'm not trying to act like I'm just the greatest trader, definitely top 3 of all time. I'm not trying to act like I'm the greatest. All right. I'm not trying to say, John, you know, you're the most humble and greatest trader that's ever been out here. And again, I'm going to go ahead and say that might be true. You know, humility flows through me like water. But the point is, on a serious note, you start to develop an intuition, right? And you understand probabilities a little bit better as you gain more screen time in the market. And again, for years, I've been saying the same thing. And what I've been saying is that these up and coming EV brands are in trouble. Like these brands are not going to have an easy of a time succeeding in this landscape of market. They're just not. It's going to be very difficult for a lot of these up and coming EV brands to succeed. They don't have the consumer base they need to necessarily survive in the stock market. They don't have enough people that want to buy them. You know, like, and again, you have to think about what people are really going to put their money into, right? Like if somebody can buy an EV brand, they're not going to buy a Ride, a Lordstown. They're not going to buy a freaking Mullen. You know, they're not going to buy those cars. Like you might see them occasionally, but it's not going to be enough. 1 or 2 or 3 purchases is not nearly enough to sustain a publicly available company. And so you're going to see a lot of these companies, a lot of these big hyped up companies that all these new young retail traders are getting behind in EV. You're going to see a lot of these fail. You're going to see a lot of them go bankrupt. You're going to see a lot of them just fail completely. And again, stubborn retail traders are going to hold on to them and act like they're Amazon no matter what. but that's something that you're going to consistently see. You've seen it with Mullen, you've seen it with Ride now, Lucid, Rivian. I think Rivian's a little okay. I think Lucid is probably struggle. You got NKLA. There's just a lot of brands that you potentially could see this with, so just be careful. Again, let me know your favorite one in the chat. You become a master of the emotional effects of the market. You can ride that to the bank all day. Yeah, for sure. GM will be the EV leader. Tesla's going to be the EV leader most likely. But yeah, I think Tesla's going to be the leader, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I think basing it off of production, Tesla's the. But yeah, Ride's struggling. We got Nicola here. That's still up. Lucid. Still a struggle. Mullen. 17 cents. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of how it goes for these companies, too. We got Nvda trying to make moves here. AI had a little rough breakdown. The question is, when do you guys think it's time to buy a dip? Short term, I guess. When do you guys think it's time to buy a dip? That's the argument, I think, today, is when is it dip buying time? Have you seen all the Polestar ads? That surprised me. No, I haven't seen them. But even Polestar, and I've seen a Polestar in person. I've seen one out there in person. All right, guys. Ooh. All right, guys. Oh, man, I'm so excited. We got some big stuff dropping, dude. Just took my first trade of the day. One NQ short. Hit my breaks. Yeah, for sure. I mean, market's still breaking down. The SPY's still breaking down. Nvidia's up a little bit today, but, a lot of stuff broke down yesterday. Tesla included here. Thoughts on Chainlink? I'm not super up to date on what crypto stuff is doing. All right, guys, we got 7 minutes before building permit data here, and then at 8:30 we got core durable good orders dropping. Phew, I got enough sleep last night too, finally. Yeah, a little bit slower for top gainers. We got some stuff going on, but the market's been a little bit, dull today, and that's okay. Dollar index is pulled down a bit overnight. Once some crisp Bitcoin is running. Yeah, I see Bitcoin up. Weird things was using the trade copier. Quant Tower. Well, I think what Quant Tower does occasionally, Sam, is they update your commissions during the day, so you can kind of see what your net is throughout the day. I know they do that with mine sometimes too. So again, here's today so far. We are running at a 5-to-1 win-loss ratio, about 5-to-1. City Group reiterates a buy on Carnival, maintains $18 price target. What did CCL do? Remember, I bought that dip yesterday, and of course, bears were mad. It looks like, I guess, cutting it was the right move. So, yeah, it looks like me getting out was the right move. I mean, I had a bounce back to 15 that I could have profited from, but it's all good. AMD. MU, guys. I'm wondering how big the earnings report for MU is going to be anyway. All right, guys, so we do have building permit data. I'm pretty sure dropping in like 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes for building permit data. Yeah, so building permits dropping 1.491 expected. This is a small release, guys, so it's a small release. All right. All right, so stuff's still breaking down a little bit today. Again, I got the alerts set up like I want to. Put Tesla on this chart. Again, less than 2 minutes, guys, before we have building permit data. Less than 2 minutes. So again, building permit data dropping in less than 2 minutes here. We got like exactly a minute left. Building permits. So they're expected at 1.491 million. 1.491 million. We'll see how this affects the market. It might affect housing too. Again, give me a rank on my haircut. Carol cut my hair. Honestly, I don't mind it, bro. It's a little bit longer on the top, which I like. Carol cut it. So give me a ranking. Is it top 3 or is it not top 3? Watch and see if we're going to get a bottom bounce on the CL and oil. Yeah. All right, guys, less than a minute here. There's the release. Let's see what building permits showed up as. So building permits came in at 1.496 million. 1.496 million. Higher than expected. 1.496 million. On the month-over-month reading came in at 5.6%. So both of these came in higher than expected. Building permits, again, 1.496 million versus 1.491 million expected. My hair looks fabulous. Hey, thank you, bro. Building permits, guys, higher than expected. $1.491 million versus 1.4 something million expected here. So yeah, again, we covered the data quickly. 1.491 versus 1.496. We'll put this data up on screen. There you go. Again, higher than expected here. We are now riding this trend down. So you see we're up about $62. We see this trend here that we've been playing. I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Just made $75. I have to be honest and transparent, though. Prior to that, I did lose about 150. And so now on the day, we are down about 32. About $32. We took a little bit larger swing on the regular E-mini, and it didn't work out. And so, yeah, all good. But there's building permits data. What are you saying, bro? We're going to dump on Bitcoin? I have no idea what Bitcoin's going to do. No idea what Bitcoin's going to do. And the house price index doesn't really affect it like that. Building permits and the HP and the HPI doesn't really affect Bitcoin like that. Bitcoin's looking good, though. I mean, but again, this economic data that we're reporting on today on this stream is not going to affect it that much, bro. It's just not going to really affect it like that. The bigger release, guys, is core durable goods orders. So core durable good orders comes out at 8:30. So core durable good orders, 8:30 a.m. is when this drops. All right, so again, Bitcoin trying, Tesla trying. Here's the SPY. We're going to put the SPY up just to have a little bit better look at this. So the SPY is still breaking down. It's still been in this downward trend for a minute now. We're starting to bounce back some now. What your prediction for Bitcoin with the BLK? I don't know. I think that's kind of saving crypto. Tesla's still falling down. Look at Tesla down to 242.50 here. 242.50 on Tesla. So Tesla is still falling down some here, guys. So Tesla is still struggling. And so we are bouncing up a little bit too at this point. So we have bounced up a little bit. The question is, do we continue on this trend? Do we continue the trend that we've been in? And I don't know. But everything's kind of bouncing back a little bit. We're watching the SPY, we're watching the Q, we're watching the NASDAQ here. All right, guys, remember, same I normally just trade oil. What's a flow B? I don't know what that is. Mbot, Microbot Medical announces 2 million registered direct offering. Yeah, but these are crap companies. No offense, TF. But these are all crap penny stocks that are just going to probably end at zero eventually, man. You know? Like, I understand some people might not have that much money to invest, and so they kind of get more interest in looking at these crappy companies. But these are all crap, man. No offense to you, dude. But, like, these companies are almost all going to fail. You know, retail traders are usually the ones buying those companies up because the big boys aren't messing with them because they're just crap. No offense. Hey, what's up, Beach? Beach is what I said, not the B word. I said beach because it's beach bum and some, you know. Is this an ad? Okay, good. Honestly, for a second, I thought you were about to. You're just trolling me. Okay, good. Honestly, I was like, do I need to know what a flow B is? Is a flow B like some super special stock market tool? And then I Googled it, and it's a hair vacuum. Got it. No, she didn't use that. I went to Best Buy and I bought myself like a razor kit with like the gauges and everything like that, and then she basically cut it like that. Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know what that is. Today, Bitcoin futures debuts might be a lot of shorts. What's the symbol? Adam said, do they really? Do Bitcoin futures debut? If they do, what's the symbol? If it affects dollar index, it'll affect Bitcoin. Well, yeah, but this didn't really affect the dollar index either. Yeah, never used it. I don't know what it is, but hey, the GOAT. All right, so we're bouncing back a little bit here today. Again, SPY up to 431.80s, 431.80s. Chainsaw cut. Honestly, as long as it works, dude, to be honest. As long as my hair, honestly, it's hot. As long as my hair's not. As long as it's not super, like, I have really thick hair. Hey, bud. Hey, what are you doing, man? Hey, I'm working in here, bro.
Yeah, but I need to find my shoes.
Here, you can't go outside by yourself right now, dude.
Yeah, I'll just stay here.
Okay, here, don't come near these cords, bro. All right. BTC 1. No, that's not it. Here's Bitcoin. Bitcoin at almost 31K. SPY kind of flat, no big moves. Yeah, it's pretty slow right now. We're just not getting much going on. We're watching Nvda. We're watching the SPY here too. Yeah, hair's decent. Honestly, for Carol, the haircut's pretty solid, you know. And I think my hair is curly enough to where you can't really tell if I had straight hair, it'd be a lot harder to like get a good haircut done by Carol. But because my hair is like really curly, and like as soon as it dries, it just kind of curls. Then it's hard to tell whether it's messed up or whether it's fine. And so I'm just gonna wear a hat. We're all good. No, my son is up. My son's a morning person like I am. So my son and I are usually the first couple people that wake up in the morning. The problem is Jack wants to go outside and it's rainy and wet right now. So I'm just not about him going outside right now. Honestly, I'm still freaking mad at Capital One, dude. Capital One sucks. All right, so we're pretty flat on the day here. The SPY is bouncing back, though. I would short it, but I don't trust it anymore. You know, like this bounce back looks okay. I guess I could short a little piece of it. One contract. Here, we'll try. All right, so we got one contract of the regular E-mini. One contract of the regular. All right, so slightly green. Let's see if we can get a thorough rejection here. All right, so there we go. We're up about 25 bucks. I'm down 33 on the day, so I'd love to go green on the day with this trade. I'm gonna give it time. Imagine going to Best Buy. I didn't go just for a hair trimmer. Honestly, I bought this microphone yesterday. So I bought this microphone yesterday from a Walmart, right? I got it from a Walmart. The Walmart, it must have been like a return because the Walmart didn't have the freaking cord that it needed with it. The Walmart just did not have the cord that it was supposed to have. So I tried to get this mic set up yesterday. And the reason I had to use my headphone mic is because I bought this freaking stupid microphone and Walmart didn't have the cord. My guess is it was a return. Like somebody returned it and then just kind of ganked the cord and stole it. But it's not a bad mic. No, the mic is good. It just didn't have a cord. So I had to go to Best Buy. I had to get myself this colorful keyboard, this microphone cord, and then my mother-in-law needed a printer cord as well. So like I needed some other stuff. I didn't just go for a hair trimmer. All right, so we're up 50 now. Let's see if we can get a little bit more. 50 bucks green. You love to see it. $62. Hey, that brought us back to straight green on the day. So we are up a cool 20 bucks on the day. Nice. Attacking the same trend, riding the breakdown. Bitcoin's starting to pop back up. It's at 30.9 thousand. Honestly, Capital One, I can't even. Capital One credit cards are good. Okay, I'm not hating on Capital One in that regard. Like Capital One credit cards are good, but their bank accounts suck for transferring money. You know, I told the story, but I'm trying to switch all my money to Moomoo. Right, so really what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put 25K in TD Ameritrade. I'm trying to put 25K in Moomoo so I can keep my swing trades and investments that I already have, but also day trade actively on Moomoo, right? So I'm putting about 27K in each account, right? And so I go to transfer the money out of TOS into Moomoo, right? And I wire the money, and I was going to wire it through Capital One. And so I got the money transferred out of TD Ameritrade into that. And then when I go to wire the money, it gives me an error. It gives me a glitch. It says, oh, well, we're having problems right now. And so I'm saying, okay. And so I call customer service and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to wire this $23,000. I'm trying to wire this money and online is not letting me. And they're like, oh, well, you know, sometimes it takes a little while for Capital One to get used to your cell phone since I have the same number, but it's a new phone. And so they're like, sometimes that glitch happens. You're just going to have to wait a couple weeks to wire the money. And I'm like, weeks to wire money? What are y'all talking about, man? I need this money today. Like, I'm not going to wait 2 weeks to wire money. What are y'all talking about? They basically said, oh, there's nothing we can do. And I'm sitting there like, what? What are y'all talking about? I have the same phone. I have the phone, all that stuff. And so then I try to switch the number. I try to change it to Carol's number so I could try to get the verification of the phone number. Then I call them up and they're like, oh, because you changed the phone number, we're locking wires in your account for 2 months. And I was like, hey, there's no way I can like send you my license or my ID and have you guys unlock my account. Like, what are you trying to tell me, that my money's just going to be stuck here for 23 grand is going to be stuck in this account and I can't wire it out for 60 days? What are y'all talking about, man? Just terrible. Just bad at transferring money. And they were basically like, yeah. And so Just absolutely ridiculous. You can't transfer money easily. Honestly, I think it was probably intentional so they can just sit on my money longer, is what I think it is. I think they make that intentionally difficult to wire money using them. And so it's like if wiring money, like a basic part of banking, is so difficult on Capital One, they suck, man. And honestly, the whole thing had to do with a glitch to begin with. And so what happened, like it was their software, their crappy software's fault anyway. So it's just, yeah, dude, interest. They're sitting there earning interest on it 100%. They're saying, oh, we can't do anything. It's like, y'all just want to sit on my money longer. Like, honestly, I transfer that money out of there so quick, dude. But honestly, I'm usually really nice to customer service reps. I got angry. I was like, bro, how incompetent are you guys? Like how incompetent is Capital One now? Like y'all software glitches. When the user tries to get around the software glitch, you freeze his money. Like there should be no system where your money's just stuck for 2 months. Like, shouldn't you be able to call them, say, hey, here's my driver's license, here's my ID, here's my social, or whatever you need. Like, there you go. Like, unlock my money, But they're just kind of like, oh. I don't use checks. Checks are obsolete, except for situations like this. But no, I transfer my money out of there. I'm just not going to use them. Again, and I'll tell you this. It's just this is very different than other banks. Like, I've got multiple other banks. I'm not going to be specific. That's why I don't keep money in Capital One. So I just transferred my money to one of my other banks because I don't keep money there. Because, again, if it's that hard to transfer money, then, like, they're just incompetent, man. You should do a tutorial on how to fill out the wire. Yeah, for sure. All right, guys, we got 15 minutes before before core durable good orders data drops. Either way, what I ended up doing was just transferring the money out, and then I'm going to use one of my other banks to wire because Capital One sucks. It really does give you a use case for cryptocurrency, though. SPY bounced it up a little bit today. Still in that trend. I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to short it again. Part of me wants to short it, but I do see like a little double bottom down here now that I'm a little bit more hesitant to go down now. Because if you look at this, we have... let me get my Epic pen out. There it is. We got a little bit more of a sideways trend at this point in time. So, like, you can kind of see... the trend that we're on now is more like sideways. Like, it's just a sideways trend. Prior to this, we were gapping down a little bit more. So, like, prior to this, we were on an obvious downtrend, but a little bit flat at this point. All right. And we do have... All right, again, guys, we do have we have 13 minutes before durable good orders data drops. America, what are you saying? Hey, hey, bro, stop spamming, man. There's no reason to spam stuff, dude. Well, no, I'm getting my money to Moomoo for sure. And it's not Moomoo's fault at all. This has nothing to do with Moomoo. Moomoo's great, to be honest. Moomoo's great. This has to do with freaking Capital One, man. Nothing to do with Moomoo. My money's going to Moomoo, though. And if you want to check out Moomoo, Moomoo's really solid, dude. Like, again, I've kind of started using Moomoo as my universal platform. You know, where I just got to wait for my money to settle. Which is going to be sometime this week. But like, I'm starting to use Moomoo. Again, what I like doing, number one, there's so many like use arguments for Moomoo. Okay, so like I'm sponsored by them, so I'm biased in their favor. But like, look at this. Okay, so here's Moomoo right here. Number one is like they have like a paper folio competition where it's like you can kind of see here. They have all this like stuff. It shows you who's doing the best on the month, This guy's up about 67% on the month. This guy's up total about 706%. And you can kind of look at them, see what they're doing, see what they're trading, see what they're buying and trading here. So there's a lot of ways that you can kind of like look to see what these guys are doing. You can also go to explore here and you can see a free heat map on Moomoo. And the reason they call it Moomoo is for news. And you can see banks did really well yesterday. JP Morgan, Citi, you know, speaking of banks, they did really well. Telecom did well. Utilities did well. Internet content did bad. Software did bad. Semiconductors did bad. Consumer electronics did bad. Retail was split. Drug manufacturers were red yesterday, but it kind of shows you everything. And the scanners are really solid, and it shows you free screeners. Like you can use these screeners. Look at all the different stuff you can use on Moomoo. You can see where the IPOs are, future analysis. You can free paper account here. You can look at options. You can look at markets. I like looking at their news section because their news section is really, really good. So EV maker stocks rise in the face of Lordstown bankruptcy is what this one's showing here. So there's just a lot of stuff that Moomoo has. And if you open up an account right now, number one, the real reason I'm using them is because I can trade in pre-market on the platform they have. Like I can buy and sell at 4 a.m. in pre-market. And so that alone is really, really useful. The fact that I can trade basically throughout pre-market, I don't have to wait until 7 a.m. to trade like I do on TOS. That's very useful. And if you open up an account right now on Moomoo and you deposit at least $100, you get 5 free stocks, which is just a really good percentage return, like free percentages, right? You open up an account, you deposit at least $100, you get 5 free stocks. You deposit over 1,000, which I mean, to be honest, you guys should, since you need at least 1,000 to trade anyway. You get 15 free stocks. So you get the previous 5 plus 10. You deposit over 5K, which again, you're going to need at least something like that to trade regularly anyway. You get previous 15 free stocks and a free share of either Tesla or Google on Moomoo. And so just a lot of good reasons to do it. Paper trading, good for beginners and experienced traders. Again, this is what I'm going to be trading on pretty soon, as soon as my money settles. But again, if you want to take advantage of them, there is my link to Moomoo. Again, they are a sponsor of mine. I'll pin it to the top of the page so you guys can check it. I'm also looking at the poll numbers here too. But yeah, we pinned that to the top of the page. But looking at our poll numbers, we asked people, does today's economic data help or hurt the market? 39% think it's going to help the market. 35% think it's going to hurt the market. And 26 honest folks at home say that they don't know. And I appreciate that answer. I really do. I appreciate that answer of I don't know. I think that's a good answer. And so, yeah, we are just sitting tight right now. We got about 9 minutes until building permit data comes out. One thing I like about Moomoo is the block alerts and the block sales. As soon as it hits the tape, seeing block 45K shares of Apple bulk can let you know something big is happening. Yeah, for sure. How many minutes left? We got about 9 minutes until the durable good orders drop. Citigroup raised Meta Platforms price target to 360 from 315. Maintained buy. I'm trying to make 200 work. You'll get there. We all evolve in trading, and you'll get there. Yeah, Moomoo's great. They even give you free level 2 options for free. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it goes, Florida. All right, guys, 8 minutes here, team. 8 minutes. See if these building permit data's coming good. All right, sitting tight here. Bitcoin pulling back a little bit. Tesla trying to hold. We're watching the SPY here. SPY, we now have a double bottom. that we're kind of paying attention to. You can kind of see we went up and down, up and down. We're kind of just chilling tight now. We'll have time to wait, but what's good for permits, higher or lower? Well, it's subjective. It's not really. Higher building permits is better for housing. Lower building permits is less good for housing, of course. The big release is core durable good orders in about 7 minutes. That's the bigger release today, is the durable good orders. That drops in about 7 minutes. We also have Canadian CPI coming out too. So that's really the stuff that's going to influence the market like that. We also have the Red Book, the HPI, the House Price Index, CB Consumer Confidence at 10. So we got a decent amount of releases today. They're all small releases, but this leads up to tomorrow with Jerome Powell speaking at 9:30 at some conference. So that happens tomorrow. All right, guys, 6 minutes here, 6 minutes before we get durable goods data coming out. Earnings. I don't think we have any big earnings today. I think we have MU earnings tomorrow. Nike earnings tomorrow too. Bitcoin flat. Bitcoin's up a decent amount over the last couple days. Turning $200 into $2,000 is easy. It's not easy because it's hard. I mean, let me rephrase that. That wasn't the most decently worded. Turning 200 into 1,000 is incredibly difficult. You know, that is basically trying to 1,000x, or that's trying to 1,000% your money. Not 1,000x, it's trying to 1,000% your money. It's trying to 10x your money. That is incredibly difficult to do. And the only real way to do it is to take huge risks in your account. And I know what you're saying. You're saying it's easy to lose money too, just like it is to make money. For sure. Absolutely. Yeah, you could definitely trade options. I think you could trade futures on Moomoo as well. Yeah, you can trade futures. There's options. They do pre-market trading. You can trade futures. But again, if you're gonna do futures, I think Top Step's funded account program is probably what you want to do. And so with Top Step, like, they give you a demo, they test your skill. If you can hit their profit target while following their rules, they fund you between 50 to 150K. The beautiful thing about it is that it truly does build you into a profitable trader. Like, that's why Top Step is useful, is because it truly does build you into a profitable trader. It teaches you how to trade. It teaches you to follow rules. It teaches you to work towards profit. It teaches you to preserve your capital. And ultimately, they give you a 50K demo, and you got to hit 3K on that 50K demo on the base package without losing $2,000, I think, in trailing drawdowns. That's the rules. And I think that's a reasonable 2 to 3 ratio. I think that's reasonable, as a 2 to 3 ratio. Now, I still think most people are going to fail, but I think that's the point, is that, like, they would lose much more if they put the money up themselves. There's no PDT rule in futures, so you can day trade short in futures without PDT restrictions. And again, Top Step is the most legit one in the world. They pay out millions of dollars in actual withdrawals every year. They fund thousands of traders a year. And so they are the original one. They've been around for over a decade now. And again, if you want to check them out, here is the link. Great way to help support your boy here in this channel. I'll put the link up here. You can also find the links to all this stuff in the description. All right, so we are up a little bit more now. We are now up about $30. Took some larger positions here. Out. So we are now out. We are up about 100 on the day, I think. Yeah, we're up over 100 right now. So we got a cushion of about 104 on Top Step currently. And again, we're basically day trading this momentum on the SPY. I bought this. I thought we might rebound again. Now we have like a triple bottom down here. I think that's a good sign. All right, guys, we got less than 2 minutes before core durable good orders drop. Less than 2 minutes, guys. Again, we also have CB consumer confidence and new home sales data at 10 a.m. We got Canadian CPI dropping. And the reason I cut this trade is because I want to see what happens with all this stuff before this stuff comes out. Core durable goods, guys, today is expected at minus 0.1%. At minus 0.1%. For core durable good orders, they're expected at minus 0.1%. Last time they came in at minus 0.2%. And again, if you don't know what this is, they measure the change in the total value of new orders for long-lasting manufactured goods. Aircrafts are volatile, and so this is core number, which gives you a better gauge of ordering trends. A higher reading indicates increased manufacturing activity. And so if the market is fearing recessions, they're going to want more manufacturing activity. If the market is fearing inflation, they're going to want less manufacturing activity. And so this will show us what the market is fearing, but the data comes out in less than a minute, in about 40 seconds. Again, make sure you hit the play button or hit the live button next to the play button to make sure you're caught up completely on this stream. I appreciate it. All right, guys, here's the data release. We got it 20 seconds, guys, 20 seconds. Any recommended for funding options? You can, so VK says, does Top Step have a mobile app? You can use up to I think it's 20 platforms. So you can use TradingView if you want, which obviously has a mobile app. You can use Quant Tower, which is what I'm using. But Top Step is there's multiple options for brokerages that you can use on Top Step. I'm using Quant Tower, which is my favorite, but you can also use TradingView. You can use Tradeovate, and yes, those do have mobile apps. All right, there's the release here, guys. So there's the release. Core durable goods came in at a positive 0.6%. Positive 0.6% for core durable good orders versus minus 0.1% expected. That is dropping the market so far. But the numbers did come out. Again, we're going to put this up on screen. Came in at 0.6% gain versus a minus 0.1% expected. Put this number up on screen, but core durable goods orders just came in higher than expected. You can see the release right there. And again, hit the subscribe button, guys. We cover this data very quickly. We're going to throw it in sub-only mode while we got a chance to here. So we are going to throw it in sub-only mode. So everybody, once I do this, which is right now, announce yourself. Show us that you're supportive. Show us that you're subscribed to the channel, guys. We appreciate it. Again, we covered that data within a quarter of a second. Hit the subscribe button. Market is liking this too. Look, SPY up to 432s currently on the day, guys. SPY just popped up to 432s. Again, durable goods came in at 0.6% versus minus 0.1% expected here. 0.6% versus minus 0.1% expected. Regular durable goods, not core, came in at 1.7% gain versus minus 1%. So everything came in much higher than expected. We also had Canadian CPI. Guys, core CPI came in lower than expected at 0.4% on the month versus 0.5%. Core CPI on the year came in at 3.7 versus 3.9%. So lower than expected Canadian CPI inflation data as well today. The next thing we got is the CB consumer confidence data at 10 a.m. We also have the Case-Shiller at 9:30, I think. But yeah, the market's liking this. So SPY up to 430s today, 430s on the SPY, 432s that is. So the SPY's liking this data release. We also have new home sales and CB consumer confidence at 10 a.m. So a lot of releases today, guys. A lot of big stuff. I mean, again, this shows us that the market's still fearing a recession to a certain extent. The market's reacting positively to higher than expected economic activity, which is what this shows us, right? So what core durable goods coming in higher than expected means is that we had more higher manufacturing output, right? And so if the market's fearing a recession, they're going to want economic growth, right? Which is higher manufacturing output. If the market's fearing inflation, they're going to want less of that. So this shows the market's fearing a recession at this point in time more than inflation. It's not a for sure thing. The market could also be reacting to the Canadian CPI report that came in lighter than expected on both metrics too. So again, core durable goods coming in higher than expected at 0.6% gain versus minus 0.1% expected here. Yep. Again, everybody announce yourself. Who's subbed? Where's my sub friends? My subscribed friends. Where are you guys at? Announce yourself. Show us you're here. What's up, Dwayne? And again, if you want to day trade actively, like I'm doing here on Top Step, no PDT rule in futures. You can day trade short. You can see really what I'm doing is buy in market, selling market, buy bid, sell the ask. It's exactly like stocks in terms of procedure, except for the size. You just got to learn the sizing differences in futures. But Again, no PDT in futures. Top Step is the cheapest, lowest barrier of entry that you can get in futures, where if you're good enough to pass it, you get a 90% split once you're funded. If you're not good enough to pass it, you probably lose more doing it yourself, to be honest. If you put up 5K yourself, you probably lose more trading futures, to be honest. So it really preserves your capital. It gives you less risk, but you still have pressure, so you learn how to trade under pressure. And if you're good enough, you can get funded. So I think in those, it makes tons of sense. And again, if you want to check it out, here is the link. So sub only mode. Thank you, Marty. So what's up, D? What's up, Chris? What's up, Sam? What's up, Leonardo? Hey, thank you, brother. Cyrus, Maximus, JS, Ryan, Quinn, Round, TF, Biggie, Lucid, Game, Justin, Marie, Adam, Abdul, Rod, Derek. Thank you, guys. We appreciate the love. Fireworks, yeah. Appreciate the love, guys, for sure. Mark is bouncing back. So the SPY is now back over the 200 EMA, over the volume weighted average price. Yeah, sub gang. Justin, Nicole. Hey, thank you, team. We appreciate the love. All right. Hey, so again, today, core durable goods. Next thing we got is CB consumer confidence data at 10. We also have the Case Shiller coming out at 9:30, but that's not a big release at all. That's probably not going to influence markets at all. And again, I can't even lie, bro. Look, to be honest, I can't even lie, dude. I've been using Chart Prime really heavily. You know, again, I can't guarantee you're gonna make money, guys. Nobody can, of course, but like you can see how much I've been using Chart Prime here. So again, the reason I got into that last trade where I made over $100 was because on the SPY chart a couple minutes ago, I'm using a company called Chart Prime. It's a trading view indicator service. You can see it gave me the possible reversal up signal, and this is on a 5-minute chart, right? And so when that happened, I ended up buying the E-mini on Top Step, and that brought me to pretty green on the day here. Again, now we're up about $106, $104. Our win-loss ratio using Chart Prime today is about 3.5 to 1. And again, you can look at this month and see how well I've done this month using Chart Prime indicators. So again, Chart Prime trading view indicator service. You can see I'm currently up about $3,400 on the month. My win-loss ratio is about almost 3 to 1. And that's pulled directly from the platform I'm using. But again, you can kind of see I've got multiple alerts set up. I use the NASDAQ. I use the SPY. This is a 15-minute one. So these are 15-minute alerts. And you can kind of see, again, the big edge that I find using Chart Prime is that when you get multiple stuff like this, right? So when you get multiple stuff like this, when you get these two things that show up, when you get the reversal up and an engulfing candle show up within like a 15-minute period of time, you usually get a really nice bounce. And this works on all time frames. But again, possible reversal up signal here. This is the trade I took. And over the next 10 minutes, we have had a huge bounce on the SPY, And again, you can kind of zoom in to see how accurate this is. And again, it just works really, really well. Again, when you find multiple that show up together, the real edge is when you have something like this. Again, I can show you on this one as well. Again, look, engulfing candle and reversal down signal within 10-minute period of time, huge breakdown. And you can kind of see if we pull this up a little bit, same thing on the bottom here. Possible reversal up and a bullish engulfing candle, huge bounce back. Again, same thing here, reversal up and bullish engulfing candles, huge bounce back. And you'll be able to find this on any time frame, any alert. Look, reversal down signal and candlesticks, huge breakdown. It works incredibly well, but you can use this in stocks, crypto, Forex, futures. You can also have like smart money concepts. You can put chart patterns to where they're showing you triangles, flags, all that good stuff. Again, I have found incredible success with it. If you want to check them out, it's $35 a month. So it's very cheap for what you get. And again, I'll post this link here. You can check it out. Great way to help support your boy here on this channel. Again, they are a sponsor of mine though, so I'm biased for sure. The SPY on that reversal alert is just flying up. It's at 432.40s here. Tesla moving up. Bitcoin even moving up. It's at 30.8 thousand here, guys. Are we up for Fed raising the rates in July? No, Top Step doesn't have options. 50K. So so on Top Step, if you pass the test, you get the same amount of funding as the demo account. So if it's a 50K demo, which is the base one, you get 50K in funding. It's all the way up to 150K. So if you pass that one, you get 150K in funding. It's not going to be the same reversal signals. You might be able to get some of the similar things, but it's not going to be like the reversal signals are proprietary. Full. I mean, I understand you might be kind of just looking to poke at my sponsors, but yeah. All right, guys, we still got less than an hour before the market opens. I don't know. So CPI for Canada just came out, but look at this rise in the markets here. Honestly, a crazy stat. We have had no red candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 minutes of pure green candles. And we also had some break-even candles, but no red ones. The last red candle was almost 20 minutes ago on the SPY. So just big green action there for sure. What's up, Tyler? Does payment for order flow not bother you at all? No, I don't. It doesn't bother me at all, James. Honestly, guys, like, look, a lot of you guys are just holding on to losses and meme stocks like AMC and GameStop, and y'all are using this to try to make it a moral issue. It's not. Okay, like, I've been around the market long enough to remember day trading without PFOF, and it was so much more expensive to day trade. Like, it costs $15 a round trip in commissions. Y'all don't want that. Y'all don't want to pay $15 in round trip commissions. Again, a lot of people just lost money on AMC. They were told to sit on AMC. They were told all these crazy conspiracy theories regarding AMC. And I see a new one pop up every day on social media from somebody that just tries to grow a following. Right? They're just trying to grow a following. So they're putting out all these crazy conspiracy theories, and these young retail traders are freaking eating it up. They're just like, oh, AMC is going to go to 1,000. No, it's not. That is incredibly low probability that AMC ever hits 1,000. And again, like, a lot of those traders are just holding on to like PFOF, like it's bad. It's like, look, man, I don't trade. Like, again, the biggest thing a company does when a company is struggling, failing, and losing money is they try to make it a moral issue, right? Like, why do companies want to make it a moral issue? You look at like AMC CEO Adam Aaron, and he's calling Benzinga, and he's calling all these other people evil randomly for like glitches and stuff like that. Why is he trying to make it a moral issue? Because if you convince somebody they're doing the good fight, they're holding on to what's right, they're fighting for what's right. If you convince them that they're doing that, they will ignore huge losses that they're taking in your positions. They will ignore the huge losses. AMC is dropping huge percentages over the last year, and a bunch of traders are still sitting in it because they're fighting the moral fight. Bro, these hedge funds do not care about you guys. Like, they don't care. A lot of them are already out of AMC anyway. Like, y'all are just sitting on a losing, depreciating asset. And I think you got to be objective about it instead of just kind of blaming PFOF and all this other stuff. Like, the CEOs are lying to you guys and talking y'all into holding these stocks that are depreciating very fast. So just be careful, man. Like, y'all shouldn't like to be manipulated. Like, don't be gullible, Best advice I can give you guys. Durable goods came in higher than expected. So they came in at 0.6 versus minus 0.1% expected. Yeah, and again, a lot of y'all are just getting talked into holding these really bad stocks because of some moral fight that the CEO is talking you into getting into. Listen, I've seen a lot of these moral fights in a lot of different symbols, right? Nobody cries manipulation more than somebody that's losing huge percentages on their stocks. Nobody cries manipulation more than a retail trader that's losing huge on any specific security. Like, listen, guys, most of these companies are not down because of manipulation. Most of these are just not good businesses currently. I'm not saying that about AMC, but I see this cried a lot with penny stocks, like with Mullen. Mullen's not failing because of manipulation. MMAT, like there's just a lot of examples of companies that are struggling, and a lot of it is not from manipulation. A lot of it is just because these are obscure companies that don't bring in enough money, right? Like that's all this is. It's just obscure companies that don't bring in much money. And again, how do you talk a bunch of naive retail traders into sitting on them? You tell them it's a moral fight. You tell them they're fighting the good fight. It's a moral battle, right? Which it's not. It's just these are bad companies. But again, some retail traders just eat it up. Mostly people I think that want to feel like they are pushing for something big, right? I get wanting to feel like that, but holding on to stocks that are just breaking down over the last year, again, it's usually a bad move. And I hope AMC goes up. I'm actually holding a little bit of AMC, right? But I certainly don't have delusions of grandeur regarding AMC. I mean, I hope it goes up, but I also understand there's a big chance that it doesn't. Anyways, Apple currently at 185s. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with AMC traders. I don't like people coming here and like acting like because I use PFOF or I'd rather PFOF be in there like I'm some type of bad trader. Like, I don't think that's reasonable. I think that, again, I was around before PFOF, right? Like, I remember it used to be $15 a round trip to trade. That's incredibly expensive. And as a day trader myself, I don't want that at all. I don't want that for my swing trades either. It's not fun to trade with $15 round trip positions. And if you get rid of PFOF, that's what you're going to get. Is you're going to get $15 round trade commissions. Yeah, you're right about that. I'm still holding BBIG. I put over 9K into it over the last years, and now it's worth less than $200. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm telling you, bro. Again, y'all should not like to be manipulated. All right. Like, again, investing in penny stocks is a losing endeavor, right? Like, the problem that retail traders face is that they treat penny stocks like they're Apple or Disney. Like, you're not going to be able to diversify into penny stocks and make money. Like, they are almost all going to go down long term. And again, the more you add to it, the worse you're going to lose. So just be smart, guys. We got core durable goods. Next, we got CB consumer confidence data at 10 a.m. Guys, at 10 a.m. CB data coming out. Sure Trader. I remember Sure Trader. MMAT. I'm not against MMAT. I know Uncle Smokey. He's cool. Like, he likes MMAT. And MMAT might be a good stock. I really don't know. But what I will say is, in terms of like odds and probabilities, investing in penny stocks is usually going to be a losing endeavor. I've just seen it happen so much. And again, I got a really unique perspective. So I say it every day because if I can save some traders from making that mistake, then it's worth it to say. But again, I see it all the time. I see people come in and they're like, bro, BBIG to the moon. BBIG is going to do things. It's going to break records. And then it just fails. SOS, bro, don't talk about SOS. You don't know anything about SOS. Over time, SOS, CEI, bro, I'm going to come back in 30 days and tell you I told you so when CEI is $10 a share. 30 days later, CEI is 10 cents, 15 cents, or whatever it was. And so, again, I've just seen it happen over and over and over again. I see people get wrapped up. I see them fall for it. I see them love marketing, and they just eat the marketing up to where they're thinking they're going to get rich investing in these penny stocks, and most of the time it's the opposite. Yeah, all good, James. It happens to everybody, brother. It really does happen to everybody. Like, it happened to me when I first got started trading. I bought up a bunch of crap. But it's important to not get mad at the messenger. Like, what happens with a lot of people is like they just kind of hold on to it because it's too hard of a realization for them to accept, right? So it's like, if you put a bunch of money in crappy penny stocks, it might be hard to admit that you might not get that money back. right? So what's a much more pleasant thought? Oh, well, I'm going to get rich one day holding these, right? That's much more pleasant. It's much more dangerous, but a lot of people are just going to be stubborn and ignore reality so that they can have delusions of grandeur regarding investing in penny stocks. And again, it's up to them, but just be careful. Learn from the mistakes. Understand, like, there's a reason big money doesn't really trade penny stocks like that. Like, you don't see a lot of big money trading penny stocks. Why? Most penny stocks are crap. They're not worth having in your portfolio, unless it's on the short side a lot of the time. And I'm not shorting penny stocks. Yeah, for sure. That's what I did as well, Justin. I use pennies to learn on paper, see huge swings to understand how markets move. Yeah, the potential of markets. I had AMC streaming for 12 months, didn't really use it. I think you're talking about the movie channel, which is not AMC theaters. So AMC streaming is not the same as AMC theaters. I'm pretty sure AMC streaming is like a movie network or is like a TV network, but I'm not 100% sure. In chat, I'm sure y'all correct me if I'm wrong there. Yeah, the same penny stock investors will tell you Meta has run. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I understand being skeptical of Meta. I was skeptical of Meta a couple months ago, and then I was just wildly wrong. But again, we're all wrong sometimes, and it's all good. What's with the data coming out? Well, the data's already out. We already had durable good orders drop this morning. So that already happened. Next, we have... next we got CB consumer confidence data coming out a little bit later. Yeah, they're not the same company. One of them's a movie network. SNDL, man. SNDL. Sundial, bro. Again, another company, same thing, man. Again, to understand why, like, people say I just hate on penny stocks. I really don't, man. I don't hate on penny stocks. I'm just negatively, I'm just skeptical of pennies, and for good reason, guys. There's a reason to be skeptical of penny stocks because they're crappy. They're just not good companies, man. They're just not good companies. Easiest way to put it. Just not good companies. Wait, where happened to my trading? Oh, there it is. TKAT, what's your worst penny stock? Let me know. What's your worst penny stock in the game right now? Let me know what you guys think. Dude, I've heard a lot of them over the years. I've heard dry ships. The really OGs might remember like DRYS. They might remember like SHIP. They might remember more recent TKAT was an NFT stock, if I remember correctly. There's different like sectors of the market that pop in penny stocks at any individual time, but CEI, SOS, TKAT. There's just so many of them. Sundial. There's just so many of them, to be honest. Let's see if we get a pop up. I did buy a little bit of the E-mini here. I'm trying to build up a cushion currently. So I'm up a little bit right now in the regular E-mini. You see we're flat right now. I'm gonna see if we get a little bounce. I'm looking for the bounce. We got the 200 EMA and the VWAP right here, so I'm just looking for a little pop up if we can. Take some quick gains here. Again, today we are up $110 or so on the day. If I can get it to where it's like 150, 160, that's great. I like this pattern. I like the down wick. Get some buy pressure coming in. Got a little bit of room to let it work, right? Prague. Yeah, I remember Prague too. Ooh, man, a big drop here. Wow. Again, I want to let it hold, but I don't necessarily trust it. Yeah, I don't remember most of those, Brian. I remember Prague. Should I add some more to this one? I'll go ahead and add. I got a good enough average to where I like this level, and I've got time to let it work. It's too good. And again, this is the big account anyway, so I got some room regardless. All right, so we are flat down the middle. All right, I like the down wicks here. We got some buying pressure coming in. Really what I'm watching right now is the SPY. You can see the SPY is right at the 200 EMA volume weighted average price. I'd love to see a little quick pop where I could take one of these contracts off and limit my risk a little bit. I mean, I've already green on the day no matter what. And we got pretty high accuracy at about 5-to-1 win-loss ratio today. But again, the whole point, we're taking smaller trades, and now that we have a cushion of over $100, we can try to push for a little bit more here. And even if we lose, we're going to be close to break even regardless. We do have some down wicks. That means some buying pressure, which is ultimately what I'm looking like. But this doesn't look good. I do not like this move under the VWAP. I'm very close to cutting it. Again, we're about flat on the day now, maybe down like $20 or so. I'm going to cut that. Yeah, so we're basically flat on the day, which is okay. Again, we still got the opening bell. We got 30 minutes until the open. I don't like this breakdown. So like when this breaks under the 200 EMA and the VWAP, that's a big milestone level. We might bounce at 132 right down here, but it's just not worth the risk of sitting into it, I think. If Lucy breaks $1. Yeah, so I'm trying to make sure we don't have any other economic data that comes out. Okay, so we do have the house price index dropping. So we got the S&P Case-Shiller. What the Case-Shiller is, it's the house price index. It measures the change in the selling price of single-family homes in 20 metro areas across the U.S. Stronger is usually supportive for the dollar, weaker for the market. So expectations for the Case-Shiller year over year is for minus 2.6%. Minus 2.6%. This data comes out in about 3 minutes. It's at minus 2.6%. All right, guys, we got about 2.5 minutes until this data comes out. Let's see if it holds. All right, guys, less than 2 minutes. And again, Case-Shiller data is not really big. The big data that comes out is in about an hour. It's the CB Consumer Confidence data. If you don't know what CB Consumer Confidence data is, we also have new home sales, but CB data comes out. It's the Conference Board Consumer Confidence. It measures the level of consumer confidence they have in the economy. When consumers are optimistic, they tend to spend more, which increases consumption and overall economic growth, but also increases inflation problems. When they're less confident, they spend less, which is better for inflation, but worse for recession. And so the expectation today is 104, 104 even. The last time it was 102.3. So last month it was at 102.3. Today is at 104. So that is today. Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes, Chris. There we go. Looking for different alerts to show up. I just don't really see much right now. Let's see, what time is that? So 15-minute charts. I think if I see a 15-minute alert on Chart Prime, I'm just going to take one contract, either multiple contracts of the micro or one contract of the regular E-mini. What do you guys think I should do? So yeah, I'm trying to get my account switched over to Moomoo. Again, like generally I day trade, you know, about a $50,000 account. I'm actually breaking it into 2 different accounts now. So I'm going to put about 27,000 in Moomoo and be able to actively day trade there, which is what I'm excited to do. Also going to trade some options there too. All right, so there's 8 a.m. So the Case-Shiller data came out. Case-Shiller data came in at minus 1.7%. So minus 1.7%. So the change in selling price of a single-family home in 20 metro areas went down less than expected. So it was higher house pricing than expected here. Higher house pricing than expected. They expected minus 2.6% in price. They only showed minus 1.7%. So the price of homes, the selling price of single-family homes dropped, but not as much as originally anticipated. They expected minus 2.6% drop. They only showed minus 1.7% for the Case-Shiller HPI. And again, next after this, we move over to CB consumer confidence data. Moomoo is right here. Again, I'm unable to watch it currently. Like I'm unable to actually trade. But this is Moomoo. I gotta put the Moomoo is very much like TOS. So let me switch the skin here to dark. There we go on Moomoo, and then you can kind of see again very similar to TOS. Here is Moomoo right here. Or no, that's the wrong one. Here is Moomoo right here. So this is Moomoo. Very much like TOS. I like this aspect where you enlarge it. Enlarge it, make it easier to see. See Apple. See a 5-minute chart down here. I got the 200 EMA and all that stuff put on it too, but yeah, we're gonna be switching over today. Are the numbers for today good? I don't know if I'd call them good or bad necessarily. House prices were a little bit higher than expected. Building permit data came in higher than expected as well. So mostly what we're seeing today is economic growth. So we're seeing more economic growth than originally expected today. And we still have the CB consumer confidence data. But yeah, so far for right now, we're seeing more economic growth. Yeah, the Moomoo platform, mobile platform is the best. Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, so you could change the trading bar stand. That's a good idea. What's horrible? I have Jack's up. Jack's been wandering around. Did he wake you up? Yeah, there he is. Made some coffee. Coffee still should be good. It's an hour old, but it might be good. My understanding is Fed wants the service sector and housing inflation come down next. I don't know. Commercial has been taking a hit over the last few years. Residential has been doing okay. The big problem that most of the home market is facing is the housing market is facing is interest rates are higher. And now they're not really conventionally high. You know what I mean? So like conventionally high is like 10-15%. Average conventionally is about 7%, which is where we're at now. So we're like interest rates are actually about average over the last 50 years, but like over the last 20 they've been very low, right? So everybody's really used to low interest rates and they think low interest rates are average when really currently we're about average, and what we've had for the last 15 to 20 years has been very low rates. And I think that's causing buying to dry up a little bit. I do think the real estate market was a little bit crazy for a while, and of course, like people are waiving appraisals, they're waiving inspections. Like I think it needed a correction. I don't think that's sustainable. I'm a real estate agent currently, but like I'm not one of those real estate agents that just tell everybody the market's all sunshine all the time. Sometimes the market looks off, I think. And again, I'd rather people be honest with me, so I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think the market needed this correction to a certain extent. Now, of course, like some real estate agents, mortgage brokers might be struggling a little bit more than they were, of course, and they want the market to be crazy hot like it was. But I think a correction is necessary to a certain extent. Let me know what you think the market should do in real estate terms. Does AI push or hinder commercial real estate? I don't think it affects commercial really that much at all, Justin. So I don't think AI is going to influence commercial real estate at all. I think there's a couple different sectors of real estate that AI is going to influence. Specifically, I think it's going to influence headshots. I also think it's going to influence marketing. But I think what it's going to do is going to make real estate photography obsolete. Like real estate photography is like a big industry. I don't think you're going to need real estate photographers anymore. And I know there's a lot of real estate photographers that are just kind of like worried. And honestly, y'all should be. Real estate photography is probably going to be obsolete within, a year or two. Nobody's going to pay a photographer, $200 and have to get dressed up and wear a suit where they can pay $30 and get a much better looking headshot for $30 that you don't even have to get dressed up for. And again, I've showed people my headshots too. I've showed people my headshots, and I've got a bunch of them that I use to just kind of. There's a bunch of headshots that I use for real estate. I can show you. Oh wait, that's not it. Here's one of them, right? I call this one Titanic. Because I look like John in Titanic. Yeah, I gotta find. I got a bunch of them here. I'll have to find the other ones, dude. I don't even know where they are. Wait, I think this is one. Yeah, here they are. Like, I got a bunch of them, dude. People always said I look like Ryan Felipe. I never understood why until I saw these headshots. But this is AI, so like I did not create these. Like I did not get dressed up to take these. I did not get dressed up. I don't own that suit right there. You know what I mean? I didn't do any of this. This is all AI. And so it's getting really good to where you don't have to go in to like, pay for this type of stuff anymore. Like you don't have to go in and get this stuff done. You can just pay AI $30 and get it made better than it would look if you went to an actual photographer. So I think those markets are going to be influenced by artificial intelligence, but I don't think commercial sales are going to be influenced at all. I think commercial is struggling from remote work being more common after the pandemic. I think remote work happened, and a lot of businesses realized that they didn't need to rent out super expensive warehouses to put call centers in. They didn't have to rent out and pay super high rent every month for commercial warehouses to put people in. That instead people can work from home. They can use a conferencing software, and they're just as productive as they would be. And I think all of that has universally affected commercial real estate in a huge way, and I think it'll continue to as well. Well, financial advisors, financial fight, are usually kind of going obsolete anyway. Like there's like Edward Jones is going to be insignificant, I think, within the next few years too. I just don't think people are going to need financial advisors like that. But I don't know if it's necessarily from AI. I think it's just with technology. Like, okay, like a financial advisor was useful 30, 40 years ago before you really had modern computer technology. At this point in time, you know, you can basically build a pretty cool portfolio. You can basically build a pretty cool portfolio yourself, right? You can diversify. You can just buy the S&P 500. Like, you don't need an account manager to buy and sell stuff for you anymore. You just don't. Nobody does. And I think over time we're going to see that be more and more true. And you know, I think you always need people to set up IRAs, and so I think they'll still do business. Like I don't think their business is just going to disappear, but I think they're going to have a lot less ways to make money. Yeah, I mean, I know you're probably trolling, Bobby, but I'm going to delete this comment still because I don't want anybody to think you're being serious, bro. You know, again, I understand it's a troll, but I don't want people to think it's serious. They got so many scammers saying, send me 1 Bitcoin, I'll send you 2 back. You know? I'm not sure you need a financial advisor for a lot of taxes, international accounts. It's just info that's not there for you. I understand. But there's a difference between an accountant and a financial advisor. All right. Like a CPA does your taxes, tells you what you should do, you know, all that stuff. I don't think seniors need to go to a financial advisor to invest their retirement anymore. I think a lot of them are becoming more and more tech savvy. And I think as the older generation, you know, goes and the younger generation starts to retire, I think they're more tech savvy. They're going to understand how to do it themselves in a much more you know, they're going to be much more efficient at doing it themselves than the current older, you know, retirees. And so I think as that happens, they're going to start using actual financial advisors less and less. But again, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't think I am, but maybe I am. Only thing I think AI will help in commercial is for more testing facilities, at least when the big push happens. Yeah, but I don't think that's going to affect it super heavily anyway. Oh yeah, this is the Mortal Kombat song. Sorry guys, I forgot about this song. There we go. All right guys, we got 20 minutes. Yeah, I don't know if we bounce here or not. I think it's an interesting little spot. There's the SPY, Tesla. Yeah, these AI headshots are just freaking weird, man. Like, look at this. Like, look at this, man. Like, I can never... The only problem is the beard's a little off, but, like, that's all right. You know? But, like, it's gotten really good. My hair's a little bit off, but that's okay. This one with the teeth isn't that bad. I'm trying to see if I can use some of these. What do you guys think? That was better, right? Beard is the only kind of sketchy part. Like, my beard's a little bit nicer than this. And it's a little bit weird. I think they had to smooth the face out, so they edited the beard a little bit, but they're not bad. Sorry, I'm just kind of looking at these. The beard's the only problem with it. Maybe I should just shave the beard. You know? Tesla gap fill 235. Is Tesla a dip buy currently right now? Do you think Tesla is a dip buy? We got CB consumer confidence in like 45 minutes. Let me know what you guys think. Shave it. Carol would get so mad at me if I shaved it. She really would. Market's kind of flat right now. SPY. And again, if you haven't checked out Moomoo, guys, you open up an account, you deposit at least $100, you get 5 free stocks. So like, let's say each of those stocks is worth $2, right? So you deposit $100, you get an immediate 10% gain with your $100 deposit. You deposit over $1,000, which everybody should use to trade. You get 15 free stocks. You deposit over 5K, you get all that plus a free share of Google or Tesla. So that's pretty big percentage returns just by depositing money. And Moomoo opened the entire time in pre-market. So I could trade from 4 a.m. to like 8 or whatever it is, I think. There's a lot of reasons to use it. And again, if you want to check it out, I'm switching my account over to them. You can see the link pinned at the top of the chat. So there's a pinned comment. Just check that out if you want to get your free stocks. Appreciate the love and support. They are a sponsor of mine, but check them out. We got 15 minutes, guys. 15 minutes. Bought that dip in the NQ. Nice gain here. Hey, nice, Justin. Congrats, bro. Three to 6 months. No, it's not. It doesn't take 3 to 6 months fireworks. It takes, I believe they said, it might be 60 days, I think. But you can see the stock. You just can't sell it for 60 days. So there's a limit in terms of selling it. I think the S&P falls under 43, just seeing if it will bounce off that flat day. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so this is the big thing about AI. So again, these images that I'm showing you in terms of AI, I sent them like 8 selfies. So I sent them 8 selfies of myself, and they gave me this AI generated image of me. Like the eyes are a little bit off. Like I have like light green eyes, so my eyes are actually green, and so the eyes are a little bit off. But I think they like AI generate the eyes. The hair is neater than it could ever be. Like I have really curly hair, but point is like AI is getting good, man. It's getting really good. I think S&P falls under 43. I don't know. Again, SPY's holding over 200 EMA in the volume weighted average price area. It's a good hold spot. Still trying to wait for some alerts to show up. We got a couple good ones today. And again, now we are down slightly on the last swing, but we've had a couple good chances to make money. We're just getting flat action today. You know, it's kind of something we're getting. It's just flat action. CPI surprise. Remember, CPI comes out in a couple weeks here. I think the next CPI comes out in on the 12th or 14th. I can't remember what date it is. It might be the 11th. I think the next CPI report comes out on the 11th. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure. It might be the 12th. I mean, let me look and see. So again, guys, this is the rest of the week for you guys. If you want the biggest news coming out this week, I'll tell you what happens this week, guys. So basically, today we have CB consumer confidence data. So we got CB consumer confidence data today, and that happens at 10 a.m. We also have pending home sales at 10 a.m. today. Tomorrow, we get Big Papa Jerome Powell speech. So we get a Jerome Powell speech tomorrow at 9:30, like right at the opening bell. Big Papa Jerome Powell speaks, right? So we're going to stream the full thing live. That does tend to influence the market. When he speaks, it tends to influence the market. And again, if you want a good place to watch all of it, we cover all this major data. We cover all the Jerome Powell press conferences, meetings, live streams, economic data, CPI, PPI, jobless claims, FOMC meetings, big earnings reports. We stream the entire earnings calls, and this is your one-stop shop for economic data. So again, subscribe if you haven't yet, guys. We definitely appreciate it. But again, that's tomorrow. Jerome Powell tomorrow. Jerome Powell also speaks at, I believe it's like 2:30 in the morning, Thursday. I'm not going to cover that because I'm not getting up at 2:30 and nobody is. And, you know, it's not, I don't think it's going to have a big influence over markets because of that. But he does speak then. But then Thursday morning, what we have is we have GDP data coming out. And so with recession fears and woes and problems and worries, GDP data is going to be incredibly relevant to market activity. So GDP data comes out Thursday. Expectations for that GDP data are for GDP data is expected to show up at 1.4% gain. 1.4%. Last time it was 2.6%. So 1.4% is what they're expecting for forecast. So 1.4%. Jobless claims also expected to come out at 266,000. And then Friday, what the Fed's preferred inflationary metric is called PCE. It's the personal consumption expenditure index, right? That is basically how much prices have gone up to consumers. And it's something that the Fed is very vocal about using as an inflationary metric. And so PCE inflation data comes out Friday. We also have European CPI drop Friday we have Euro CPI drop as well. That comes out, and then Friday we've got PCE data. Core PCE is the relevant one versus regular PCE. Again, core PCE is the most important one. Expectations are 0.4% for core PCE on the month. So 0.4% is what they're expecting for PCE. And then we also have Michigan consumer sentiment and expectations, which is not the biggest release, but that happens Friday as well. So the rest of the week's pretty busy for economic data. Again, we'll see if we get anything good, but that's the week so far. Powell is speaking tomorrow regarding forgot what this was. So Powell is speaking. Hold on, bear with me, guys. Looking at the calendar. So yeah, Powell is speaking tomorrow on. Okay, so yeah, Powell is speaking tomorrow on a policy panel discussion at the ECB Forum on Central Banking. So ECB Forum on Central Banking, Powell is speaking tomorrow for a policy panel discussion at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So right at the opening bell. Again, we're going to cover it. And then he also speaks again at 2:30 a.m. on Thursday, which we are not going to cover because that's at 2:30 in the morning and I'm trying to sleep. Hey, what's up? So Thursday's 2:30 in the morning. Tomorrow, Wednesday, it's at 9:30 in the morning. I fear that Tesla, Nvda, maybe Meta or Domino's that knock down Apple, Google, and Microsoft, and thus the market to pivot us into quantitative easing later this year. Maybe. I mean, I think earnings season, which is in about a month, all the big earnings reports start in about a month. And July is when earnings season starts again. That's when the big stuff is really going to start happening. I think, again, you can see a short that I made pretty recently regarding all this stuff. But what I talked about was that earnings season, this next earnings season is going to be huge. It's where a lot of big stuff happens. A lot of AI stocks have pushed up heavily. They have really high PE ratios right now. AMD, Nvda, MU, Microsoft. There's just so many different AI plays right now. Tesla, Google. A lot of these companies are up big. Now, Google, I think, is more reasonable right now, but a lot of the other ones are up really big in terms of PE ratios, and a lot of people are going to consider them extended. And if you don't know what PE ratio means price over earnings. So PE, price earnings ratio. One way we're going to see if that PE ratio, if these AMD or if these AI PE ratios are valid, is earnings season. So we're going to see whether AI is influencing these companies' bottom line to the extent at which they've pushed up over the last 3 months. That's really important to pay attention to, really relevant to watch. And so it's something that you want to pay attention to. And again, that starts next month during earnings season. The big one that always sparks off earnings season is Tesla. So I'm pretty sure Tesla earnings are going to be mid-July. Let me make sure. July 19th, so less than a month, we got Tesla earnings. That's going to spark off earnings season next month, and that'll be very relevant for everybody. Hi, good morning. Hey, Sassy. Hey, baby. Go see. All right, guys, and we do have CB consumer confidence data coming out today. It is the middle of summer. And again, to understand kind of market action, summertime is a lot of times a little bit quieter for market stuff. Like the market really starts to get more volatility and overall volume around the fall months, which is, October, November, December, January are the 4 busiest, most liquid, high volume months of the market. And then summertime is usually a little bit lighter in terms of volume. We are right in the middle of summer. But once earnings season starts, that's when we're really going to start to see some influence there. CB consumer confidence data. If we look at this stuff, so again, CB data comes in. CB data measures the level of confidence consumers have. When they're optimistic, they tend to spend more. It's a poll, so like they're just judging. They're putting out polls and they're judging consumer confidence. Tesla starting to pop up over the 200 EMA under the volume weighted average price. I might buy a dip here. So we are in one contract of the regular E-mini. Maybe it's a little bit aggressive. But I like the look of this chart on the SPY. We're over the 200 EMA. We're over the VWAP here. We got some time. The only thing I don't like is Tesla's breakdown there, but we'll give it a little bit of time. And if not, it's 25, 50 bucks or whatever it is. Again, CB consumer confidence data drops in about 35 minutes. Yeah, it's crazy, James. All right, we got less than 5 minutes. All right, so there we go. We're slightly green. Nice little push up like that. SPY bouncing up a little bit. I like that. Let's see if it continues. Still got about 3.5 minutes left, team. About 3.5 minutes. SPY still looks pretty good up here. Again, I like the bounce level here. I like the support. Powell's going to be talking about banking and the economy tomorrow. So that's what he's going to be talking about. He's going to be talking about banking and the economy for sure. It's at the ECB panel, so it's at the European Central Bank panel tomorrow. So yeah, that's what he's going to be talking about. Going to be talking about banking, the economy. They're probably going to do a Q&A and ask him some questions, and that's going to be relevant to the market and everything else. Yeah, me too, Cal. I'm already switching brokerages, like in anticipation of that. Like I don't want to go to Schwab. I think I'm not going to be the only one. I guess it depends on Phil's. All right, so we're starting to get a bounce back up. Here, hold on, guys. Yeah, I don't want people running around buying stuff. It's too windy and there's trees. So. Yeah, bud, you can't go out there by yourself, buddy.
Can I go out there?
If you
Yeah. Give me a few minutes and I'll go. But you still, hey, look,
yeah.
It's still really windy.
It's really windy.
Go under the tree.
Yeah, no under the tree. And it's wet too, buddy. So you don't want to get wet either.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we are in this trade. I'm going to go ahead and take the gain. So we just made 50 bucks. We're now green on the day. I'm going to cut it right before the opening bell because we do have like less than 2 minutes before the open. I think they're going to use TOS, right, Cal? Hey, Sassy. Y'all want to see Sassy? This is Sassy. Hey, baby. Thank you, baby. That's a good girl. go. Yeah, they have to use TOS, right? I couldn't imagine they're not going to use TOS. All right, guys. Yeah, we got about a minute left. I couldn't imagine they're not going to use it. All right, so here's the open bell, guys. We got about 45 seconds until the open. Good luck. Remember, 30 minutes after the open, we got CB consumer confidence data dropping here. Yeah, buddy.
Baking jello?
No,
Why?
because you can't eat super sugary food for your first thing this morning. Absolutely not, dude. Zero chance you're eating that. Love you, buddy. Son's trying to eat Jello, bro. Those Jello's got like 20 grams of sugar. That's the first thing he's trying to eat in the morning is Jello. Yeah, hopefully TOS will move. All right, here's the opening bell, guys. Let's see if we get some trades today. Slightly green day. Jello's good, but not if you're a 9-year-old kid eating breakfast. Again, Tesla dipping down at the opening bell here. So Tesla dropping. Yeah. All right, so Tesla popping up a little bit. So is the SPY. I guess I could have held the trade, but it's all good. Yeah, he had a good try. He went for it, you know. All right, so SPY, Tesla both moving up the opening bell. Is it time for a bounce back? I would assume it is, you know. So I would think we get like a big spike today. At least I would hope we do. The market's been pulling back a lot. Now the question is, are we correcting or... Man, there's the spike. 433s almost, 432.60s. Tesla's still surging up. Look at Tesla. Powered up, man. The S&P 500 is moving up as well. Here's the S&P. It's starting to pop up at the opening bell. All right, so now we got a little dip. Again, we got a little bit of a green action here. I'm just kind of patiently waiting for something to show. All right, so we're just kind of sitting back waiting here. Original first green candle is green, followed by a red pullback candle that we're getting right now. Watching this on the SPY. Here's the third candle open up, third minute. I don't know what we're gonna get right now. I guess I would look for a breakdown currently here, but who knows, man? There's Tesla starting to dip. I'm gonna short this here. It might be kind of risky. We start to break highs, I'm gonna have to cut it. But I see Tesla start to flush, so that's giving me the first indication of a potential short right here. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, cut it. So we just made about 150 bucks just now. And again, I had that intuition of short. I saw this candle start to break down. And again, one thing I try to do is like I use blue chips to determine what the S&P is going to do. So like when I see Tesla breaking down heavy and break lows, it's logical to assume that Tesla is going to react, or that the market, the S&P 500 is going to react on that side too. So like even if it doesn't continue in that direction, we usually get at least a quick little reaction. Hey, Cap, what's up, buddy? We usually get like at least a little continuation in that direction. And so that's kind of what we're seeing now is we had that little correction. We're still pretty flat on the SPY though. So the market's still pretty neutral. Good morning. Oh, hey, Cap. Hey, buddy. Go see. Go see. Go see. All right, so there's the market bouncing back. Tesla is bouncing back a little bit too. It's still over the previous closing price, but it looks weak. Looks like it's going to at least test that level. And then if that's the case, I could short this as well. I'm going to short a little bit more here too. So there's one contract short. Tesla's now breaking lows, breaking on the previous closing price. So I'm in this short, and I want to see if the S&P rejects down. There's a little bit better. Tesla now bouncing up. And I don't like that move, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that. So we're still up about 60 on the day or so, but that took away about 100. Just taking some swings here. Tesla bouncing back up a little bit. We'll just wait, see if we get some better action. Now, we're still green on the day, but we're up less now. Carnival. BitX starts trading today. Is that the futures contract one? Oh, it is. Is this it? BITX? Is this the new BLK futures position? Let me pull up another trading view chart and look at this. Okay, yeah, it is. Wow, that's cool. BitX at 1550s. Market's starting to look good though. Market's starting to rebound. Disney's green again today too. Disney almost up to 89s. Market's starting to pop back up a little bit here too. Here's the SPY. Nice green action. Again, I'm kind of sitting back waiting. We're green on the day, but small. Google lost a big support. Tesla looks very strong. I would assume we're going to bounce back today. So if I have a bias, it's on the upside. But look at this green action in the market here. Again, the S&P pushing up big. So we got a little bit of a dip here. Question is, do we buy this dip? Tesla still consolidating. I'm gonna buy a little piece of this, see if we get a pop. A little bounce back. Ah, I was almost there. Let's get a little bit more. I like the move. Hold. Looks good. Now it's starting to break down. The only problem is Tesla's starting to look weak, and that might drag this one down. We're still pretty much flat, though, in the trade, but I don't want to see too big of a correction here now. Man, it's windy. All right, so we're starting to get a bounce back up. See if we get a surge. Tesla bouncing back up a little bit today. Disney is too. All right, so there's a nice little upward move. Up about 40 on the trade. I need more than this, though. This isn't enough for the risk I'm taking here. Tesla's starting to really pop back up. That's good. I need a little bit larger gain than this, though. There we go. There we go. All right, so we just cut that. So now we're up about $100 on the day. So not bad. We still got a little cushion. Might push up some more. I like the little dip afterwards in the bounce. It might push up more. Disney's starting to pop back up too. That's nice to see. Nice little rebound back. Again, the market, I would say, is probably extended a little bit on the downside currently, if I had to guess at any extension direction. What's the dollar index correlation look like? Dollar index right now looks to be inversely correlated with the market. Dollar index is falling while the SPY pushes up, so it's doing what it typically does, which is staying inverse to the market. Big bounce back and everything here. Big green action. Tesla's still trying to hold. Need Disney to go on a decent run so I can free up capital. Yeah, I think it might be time for these type of runs. Let's see if I get a quick little retracement pop here. Yeah, I got a little cushion. I'm trading the regular E-mini. Might be a little risky taking the top of this trade, but it's all good. That's not good. Let's see if it pops immediately back up. That's what ultimately I'm looking for. There we go. Okay. Hold. Just hold. We gave the little test. Let's see if we get another ramp. There we go. Push, push. Tesla's pushing up. The longer it stays up here, the less I like it. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I just don't trust it. The longer it stays up there, the less I like it. All right, so yeah, we are now up a cool $123. So again, you can kind of see my losses and my gains on the day. Right now, we're at about 3.6 win-to-loss ratio. We're up about $122 on the day. And it looks like we got out of that just in time. Yeah, again, the longer I see it up there, the less momentum it has, right? So if when I see it start to push and then kind of start to struggle to go, you know, where it goes up, it tries again, it goes up like this, that usually means the likelihood of going like this is much higher. Now, again, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but like that's the reason I sold it there, and it looks like it was just in time. Yeah, it's probably a piece of crap, Ronald. No offense, dude. That stock probably sucks. Nothing to do with, again, it's not political. The reason I think that is not political, but small caps get so much nonsense and hype. Everybody wants to get rich with them, but most of the time they're just terrible fundamental companies that don't make any money. Then they talk a bunch of naive new retail traders into buying them up like they're Amazon, and then the company fails and they blame it on manipulation or whatever it is. Like, I've seen it happen so much. Anytime somebody pumps a penny stock here, I always usually just tell them it's a crap company. It's not just you, it's everybody here. You can ask anybody. I usually, anybody says, hey, go buy this penny stock, I'm usually like, don't do it. Yeah. Sitting back here waiting. This pullback might be good. I mean, this looks like a decent little pullback, but I kind of like this pattern right here. I'm gonna buy this. Yeah. No, don't retrace. Come on, just pop back up a little bit. There you go. No, don't retrace. There you go. All right, slightly green. Nice. Nice. All right, just cut it. Yeah, now we're up about 140 again on the day. Pretty good trades. We're about almost 4-to-1 win-to-loss ratio. Building up some cushion. It varies, Brian. But he said micro cap. It's usually a bad company. A lot of times these aren't even like people. Like a lot of the times these are like bots that are sent here to promote crap companies, because the only way the companies can succeed is if they manipulate a bunch of retail traders into buying it up on potential strength or whatever they justify it as. Like, you know, and again, I'll put it this way. If a company is having to pay a bunch of random bots to send YouTubers marketing, then they're probably not doing that great. You know, they're probably not making money on the other, like, companies should make money outside of the stock market. They should make money on product. And if they don't, then they're crap, you know. All right, guys, we got 17 minutes. Where's my mouse? There it is. All right, Tesla breaking down a little bit. That might mean weakness in markets. We got a little cushion on the day. I got to push, though. Like, I really do have to push. So the goal is today is to build up a cushion and then swing into that cushion. We'll see how well that goes. Part of me wants to short now. I see Tesla starting to break down, but Tesla's very flat still. It's not really any pattern yet. NASDAQ's breaking down a little bit, so the NASDAQ looks weaker than the market itself. I'm just waiting for some signals to show up. All right, so there's a breakdown here. Tesla's still struggling. All right, consolidation here. I kind of want to buy this dip here. This looks like a good little dip level. I don't necessarily trust it that much, but if I can get a little gain here, that's good. I like the bounce level. We're bouncing at... Oh, no. Let me potentially cut this. Oof. Flush breakdown here. So we just lost like 80 bucks or so. We're still up 60 or 70 on the day, but very quick breakdown. We're going to have to wait now. That's a very weak looking breakdown. Yeah, a lot of weakness coming through. Let's see what we got showing up on the charts. Oh, okay. So we got 2 contracts here on the micro E-mini. We're looking for a breakdown here. Well, that's not what we want, of course. Again, I'm going to give it a second. I'm going to give it time. All right, so we're about break even now. There we go. We're about flat. Not bad. All right, I just took half off there just to lock in something. And I will give the rest much longer. I'm also green in another trade too. There we go, 125. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. So now we just made at least, so we just made a nice little gain. Chart prime. We're up about 233 on the day here for chart prime. I'm going to put the micro E-mini up so I can kind of sit on some of these wins. What's up, Sassy? Hey, baby. All right, so we got a nice little gain here. Currently, you can kind of see on the day we are now up about 240. Sassy just licks and licks. Nope, down. Sorry, baby. So we got a nice little cushion on the regular E-mini here. We also got the reversal signal on chart prime, which again is if you look at, if anybody's following the 5-minute chart on chart prime, when I took this trade, we got a reversal signal. That's what kind of helped me catch that bounce or that breakdown here. So that's what we ended up capitalizing on, was that reversal signal on chart prime. And again, it worked really well. Check out the link in the description. I'm using it on my top step trades. And again, if you want to day trade short in the futures market, there's no PDT rule for day trading. You can day trade as much as you want with no PDT restrictions in futures. You could day trade the S&P 500. You could day trade the NASDAQ. You could day trade currencies. You could day trade gold and silver. If you're day trading or trying to day trade, you should probably try a funded account program before anything else, because it's just a way to limit your risk. You get a lot of the benefits. If you pass it, you still get 90% split once you're funded. They give you a demo and they test your skill. And if you can hit the target on the demo that they give you while following their rules and conditions, then they fund you between $50,000 all the way up to $150K with a 90% split. And so it really is the best situation you can get in if you're trying to get funded, because if you lose, you're only down 130 something. If you use my link, you can also reset it for 100. And so it's very cheap. It limits your risk. But if you pass it, you still keep 90%. So once you pass it, if you pass the funding, and again, they're going to give you a demo. Base one's a 50K demo. If you can make 3K on that 50K demo without losing 2K total, or $1,000 a day, but that's not actually one of the rules. They'll just limit you if you lose over 1,000 a day. They'll make you sit out for the rest of the day if you lose over 1,000. But again, it's the best of both worlds. If you pass it, you get to keep 90% of your profit. If you don't pass it, you're going to lose much less than you would if you put the money up yourself, much less. And so again, if you want to check out Top Step, great way to help support the channel. Again, here is the link. Lower is better PCE. So with the personal consumption expenditure, lower is better for sure. So yeah, with the PCE, lower is better for sure. All right, so we're just sitting tight here, waiting for the PC, or waiting for. So today, CB consumer confidence data comes out at 10 a.m. So it's not PCE today; it's CB consumer confidence data comes out at 10. All right, so market's bouncing right back up here. We're just kind of sitting tight. We're up about 240 on the day. We got a really nice peak. Look at our profit factor is over 4-1 now, which is great. Love it. If I can keep a profit factor like that, we're going to be doing really solid. Tesla is helping drag the market back up. Tesla bounced all the way to 246s right now. And a lot of people are looking at Tesla as a potential rebound. Good morning. You doing okay this morning? All right. But yeah, Tesla is what's dragging the market back up. SPY's still kind of flat, though, to be honest. Like, the market's still a little chop. See what Tesla does here. All right, we're just kind of sitting tight, watching Tesla, see what Tesla drags the market up. SPY back over VWAP here, over the 200 EMA, over the volume weighted average price. So we still got a little bit of room there on the SPY. Market's surging back up here too, guys. The market is starting to really run. Market's trying to hold. We are currently scalping a little bit more on the regular E-mini. You can kind of see where we just took profit on one, taking a little bit larger size than typical here. I'm gonna just go ahead and take that off. And so again, you can kind of see my day right now on this is we are currently up about 440 on the day. We got about a 4.5 to 1 win to loss ratio. Let's see if we get some better moves here. Getting some firm breakdowns here. Wow. And so we just made a little bit more scalping. You can see we are up about 400 on the day now, about 393 or so. Scalping a little bit more. Again, we got we got CB consumer confidence data in about 5 minutes. Cup and handle on the NASDAQ. Honestly, again, I got to give more credit to Chart Prime, bro. Chart Prime. This last little breakdown in reversals here. Let me show you one chart. I'm just really looking at one chart right now. I'm looking at the SPY chart. Here's the SPY chart. What was this? 15 minutes ago. Look at this reversal down signal. So what did I start doing? I started shorting. And this was when the market was pushing up strong too. So I started shorting. Look at the breakdown we got from it. So look at possible reversal up bounce, possible reversal down drop. Again, the 5-minute regular market oracle is the most powerful one, in my opinion. So CB consumer confidence data comes in higher. It means they're more confident in the economy and manufacturing. We got less than 4 minutes, so we got 3 minutes left. All right, guys, here goes CB consumer confidence data. All pretty small data releases here. Tomorrow's when the big one starts. But it starts in about 2.5 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. I asked TD not too long ago about TOS, and I think they said they would give me like really big alerts on when it would be. I'm not sure when it's going to be, when they're going to do that switch over. Again, I really don't know when they're going to switch. Market's still flushing down here too. SPY pretty flat though on the day. Let's see what CB consumer confidence says in about 2 minutes. Hey, Sassy. Hey, baby. Here. Nope. Come on. Nope. All right, so we're starting to get a little bounce in the market. Part of me wants to short, but again, I'm going to wait for the CB data to come out. You know, I don't know when the CB, or I don't know what the CB data is going to show up. It shows up in about a minute. I don't know what it's going to show up as, and so I'm going to wait for this data to drop. Yeah, exactly, Cal. That's what they said. But again, by the time they get all that stuff done, I'm going to be using Moomoo anyway, to be honest. So, like, by the time they get all that stuff going, I'm going to be using a different broker anyway. Right, so we're starting to bounce up some. All right, guys, here's the release for CB consumer confidence data. 30 seconds, guys, 30 seconds. So here's the CB consumer confidence. Again, it's expected at 104. 104 is what's expected. So yeah, it's at 104 is what's expected. Higher means higher consumer confidence in the economy. Here's the release right here. And here's the release right here. 104 is what's expected. New home sales expected at 675. There's CB consumer confidence data pushing it down. It came in higher than expected, almost to 110 at 109.7. Pending home sales or new home sales came in at 763. So higher than expected home sales, higher than expected confidence numbers. And so again, CB consumer confidence came in at 109.7 versus 104 expected. New home sales came in at 6 or at 7 something. So new home sales came in at 763 versus 675. The market so far is liking this data here. So here is the data right there at the bottom of the screen. Again, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Again, we cover this data quick. You guys see how fast we cover this data. So we cover this data fast. Market is starting to push up. It looks like the market likes this data. Higher consumer confidence, higher home sales, all coming in. Now getting a dip. So there's a drop. Getting high volatility here. All right, so we got CB consumer confidence data coming out. Remember, be with us tomorrow as Jerome Powell goes live at 9:30 at the ECB panel. Starting to get some firm breakdowns here. I'm watching the market flush a little bit. Let's see if it holds. All right, so we now broke $400 in profit. We're at 405 today. A little bit more. Firm breakdown here. All right, we just made another 100. So we are now over $500 on the day here. Again, we are at about 505 on the day. Not bad. Gonna keep grinding it up. Am I trading in the kitchen? No, I'm at my mother-in-law's house. This is kind of their sunroom. So this is kind of their sunroom. But again, a really nice day today so far. We are up about a cool $500. Tesla breaking highs here. Market's been pretty flat, so I'm just glad to be green. I don't know how much I'm going to push today because the market's still pretty sideways despite all the economic data and everything like that. So I'll probably just kind of sit tight. I think I'm going to go ahead and hang it up. Again, one of the reasons I've been doing so well is Chart Prime, to be honest. If you look at their indicators, they have had some really solid results today. I can't guarantee you're going to make money. They're a sponsor of mine, but they're really solid. Again, if you want to check, you can find all the links to all my sponsors in the description. Moo. Again, you open up an account, deposit $100, 5 free stocks, instant, at least 10%, I would say, maybe at least 5 to 10%. You deposit over 1,000 in Moo. When you open up an account, you get 15 free stocks, which is huge percentage returns, I'm sure. You deposit over 5K, you get all of that, 15 free stocks plus free share Google or Apple or Google. Or no, Tesla or Google, I'm sorry. So pretty solid. Again, full pre-market trading. That's why I'm switching over to them. The TOS is going to be moving over to Schwab. I'll put my money in Moomoo for now and, day trade there. We should start sometime soon, as soon as my money credits. But again, if you want to take advantage of Moomoo and trade on the same platform, I'm going to be using great news source, great resource, great scanners, free unusual option activity on Moomoo. So again, if you want to check them out, link is in the description. Link is pinned at the top of the chat as well. And then again, I'm using Top Step for this. This is a funded account program. What you see me day trading right now is the S&P 500. And so in futures, you can day trade and short with no PDT rule. And yeah, that's what I've been doing today. And again, there's no PDT in futures. You can day trade the S&P, you can day trade the NASDAQ. Top Step's the most legit futures funded program in the world. They give you a demo, they test your skill. If you can hit the target while following their rules and pass their testing, then they fund you between 50K up to 150K with a 90% split. You also get to keep your first $10,000 in profit. And so there's just a lot of reasons to use it. If you're struggling to day trade, they have free funding coaches on there. There's just so much resources that come with it, and it's like 130 something for the base package. So check it out. Link is in the description. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good. I love you all. Of course, I'm biased in all my sponsors' favor, but pretty solid little resources for you guys if you ever want to check them out. And I appreciate the love. That's a terrible idea, Randy, I think. But hey, do what you want to do. Again, we got Big Papa Jerome Powell speaking tomorrow. So we got Jerome Powell speaking tomorrow. So remember, be ready tomorrow morning, 9:30 in the morning. Big Papa Jerome Powell is speaking. And so, yeah, I'm on vacation right now. I'm going to go enjoy my day. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good. Love you all. Check out all the links in the description if you want any of these. And I'll see you guys later. Good luck.